exposed, exposed, exposed.
You're exposed. You are exposed. Exposed, 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 exposed. You are exposed, sir. I'm going to expose you. Expose you. Oh my God, expose you.
Exposed, 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 exposed.
It's time for some exposure. Some exposure. Some exposure. Expose. Expose myself to you. To you. To you. E-X-P-O-S-E. Exposed.
Exposed, 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 exposed,
Exposed. Exposed. Hashtag drama alert. There's news to expose. Hashtag breaking. SS Sniper Wolf has a vagina. More on that at 11.
Vaginas.
Hey guys, this is Scarce here. Lots of news today. Lots of exposure. And double upload.
Exposed, 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 exposed.
You're exposed. You're exposed. You are exposed. Exposed, 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 exposed. You are exposed, sir. I'm going to expose you. Expose you. Oh my God, expose you.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? I am completely pissed. I was gonna write a script for this video. Why am I still getting hate?
Hey, what's up guys, it's Scarce here, and so from now on, I am going to report the news. Let's go inside the stories!
Exposed, 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 exposed.
You're exposed. You're exposed. You are exposed. Exposed, 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 exposed. You are exposed, sir. I'm going to expose you. Expose you. Oh my God, expose you.
Exposed, 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 exposed.
It's time for some exposure. Some exposure. Some exposure. Expose. Expose myself to you. To you. To you. E-X-P-O-S-E. Exposed.
Exposed, 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 exposed.
Watch your balls.
Exposed, 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 exposed.
Exposed. Exposed. Exposed. Exposed. Hashtag drama alert. There's news to expose. Hashtag breaking.
I think it's genuinely safe to say that I have one of the most unpredictable YouTube
Hey guys,
channels
it's
on the
Scarce
planet.
here. Lots of news today.
I
Lots of
give up
exposure. And double upload.
on trying to know, like, oh, this video will view well, this video won't. Especially when it comes to reviews. Because I will think a video is a complete dud. Hello, everybody, and I know there's super chat cherry poppers. I know I'm just like going right into things today. But then, like, a month like that. I like that 360 video. I did that 360 video, the Xbox 360 that was new in box, and it was in the beginning. Now it's almost at 100,000 views, which for a video that's 30 minutes long on my channel is a lot of viewership. That's like the equivalent of like one of my news stories getting 300,000 views. Same with the Ionia video. At first, I thought that video was going to be a dud. I was like, oh shit, this is gonna be like a 10. Yo, it was like viewing really bad when I first came. Like, oh, I guess people really weren't interested. Now it's actually, for a video of its length, doing above average. It's at over 60,000 views. So this is why I just post shit. Oh yeah, she's an absolutely terrible person, but it makes it fascinating. It makes it fascinating to see how people like her and Chris Watts and how their brains work. It's just pretty incredible. So spread your cheeks and wash your balls. Let's see. How would that work? Let's see if I could do it proper timing here. Where is spread your cheeks?
Spread your cheeks and
Wash your
go to
balls.
town.
There you go. Michael Cortez. Papa Doodle do get well soon, Jay. Thank you very much. I got my Pfizer boost and feel like shit. Yeah, I felt weird for a couple days. And everyone's different, man. Like when I got my first Johnson & Johnson, I felt absolutely nothing. And then there's some other people that got like violently ill. So it's for like 48 hours, they had like 103 fever and were barfing. So everyone's different, man. You know? No, yes. So we got to go into now. I responded to all 99.9%. I initially went to the comment section because I knew people were going to say supportive things about my editor with everything that's going on. So I wanted to thank them. So that's what I did. I loved a lot of comments where you hit the love, like you actually hit the love and then thank you for the support. But of course, intertwined, I thought of the conspiracy theories that people were going to say before I even looked in the comment section. So I'm like, all right, I know what they're going to say. You don't need an editor because your videos should only take 5 minutes to make. You're using your editor as an excuse not to upload content. And what was the other banger? It was the vaccine that caused my editor's health problems. Every single one of them was there, so fuck. I'm just like, look, here's the thing. I'll be the first to admit, man, you know I'm a self-aware motherfucker. I don't need Scorsese to put together my videos. I know that. I'm a news regurgitator for 90 to 95% of my content. But if you think someone's like, oh, your videos take 5 minutes to do in Vegas, I'm like, if you think I go from filming to putting the files on my computer to editing in Vegas to making a thumbnail to first getting the news stories, which that only takes a few minutes to do. Usually it takes like 10 to 20 minutes to find good stories, to uploading to YouTube, to posting to social media. If you could get all of that done in 5 minutes, to the person that said that, I will hire you tomorrow and buy you the M1 MacBook to edit on. If you can do that, you are a content creating genius. Like, again, man, it's, you know, look, I know I'm very aware that I am not doing any kind of MKBHD shit. But here's the thing that people don't realize either. If I was just doing news stories, absolutely, I would 110% be able to handle it on my own. But like you've noticed more, it's increasing and I'm doing more of it. You're getting the videos like the Ionia video, which requires benchmarking and reviewing and B-roll and filming. And you got like the 2 Hisense videos. And you what was the other video I did recently? I can't even remember it right now. But I'm getting more of that content out there, and the reason I could do that is because I have an editor. It gives me time to do other things behind the scenes. So, first and foremost, to do 2 to 3 news stories a day, if you told me, oh, Rich, I could get that done in 5 hours, Yeah, I could see that. But 5 minutes, you could eat my bird's ass. You know what I mean? You know, so that was the thing that got me. Is that all right? I'm sure some of it was trolling too, but like, I'm like, really, you're going to save the vaccine? So anyone who's had a heart palp, because the first off, I asked my editor if I can make the video. I knew he was going to say yes because he put all this stuff publicly about his health out on Twitter. But, you know, it's still health issues, so I asked him first. So I'm like, I guarantee you there's people that are going to have conspiracies about COVID. And I was not disappointed in the slightest. I'm just like, God damn it. How is this turning into a thing? And then people were hoping that I was finally quitting. That was like, nah, I'm even like I said to you, I could have 20 million in the bank. I'll still be doing this. I could see me transitioning over in like a couple years, maybe like 3 years, I would say, actually, to live streaming and doing just a variety show like this. But my other, like, regular YouTube videos ain't going anywhere for a while. Pepsi fan. You got, I know I've been applauding too much, but come on, Pepsi fan, and he has a picture of the bearded wings man himself. So, dude, 3 years, you know. Some people sign contracts to renew their contracts for television shows, and it's like 3 to 5 years. So I'm going to be around for a while. Don't worry. But Pepsi, it's a joke. If they think that Kamala Harris, Pete Buttigieg, or Hillary Clinton are our chances against Trump or another Trump-like right-leaning figure, just, yo, let's just have warring factions and different regimes. Like, it's where we're going, because they are the weakest fucking links. What a joke. You know, and the thing is, like, I'm going to have some videos up tomorrow. There's some pretty good, interesting stories. Like, I can hold down the fort. And like I said, if it was just me making news stories and doing nothing else with this channel, like the Ionia video I just made and the other videos I mentioned, and even that video with the 360, that was a 30-minute video. And yeah, okay, I don't do like the Linus Tech Tips lighting. I just don't have the means to do that yet in terms of space. I'm going to change that in the future, you know? That, like, when I'm saying I transition my channel in 3 years, I'm not shutting. I would never shut down ReviewTechUSA. I don't care if I had Jeff Bezos money, but I would probably expand and do different things to keep myself interested too. But even without having, like, you know, Unbox Therapy's 8 billion square foot room, you know, that probably cost him $5,000 a minute, and that's why his beard gets grayer. I love Unbox Therapy, by the way. You know, those videos take a while, and content like that would probably just never happen. Because when I actually reviewed stuff way back in the day, like, I wasn't doing this as a main job yet, and it, like, I would sometimes go for over a month without uploading anything and just upload a review. And let's face it, my reviews back in the day sucked on 10 horse sticks at once. So, again, I know it's the village idiots. And I know but the village idiots sure are allowed. And for some reason, that's like, when I predict the stupidity, it annoys me even more. I don't know why. Like, it's just like salt in a wound. Like, when I know exactly the stupid shit that people are going to say, like, why? Well, like, Rich, you know they're going to say this. You know? I know my content is the personality. I'm just kind of, I think it's also interesting, too, to explain how the shit works. Like, because people ask me about, like, in real life, like, not even on, like, this channel, about YouTube and how it works. And I'm like, how long does it take? You know, what's the process? Are you naked while you're recording? I'm gonna place bets. I am gonna bet any amount of fucking money they're not going to find him guilty. You know why they won't find him guilty? Because then they would have to hold other people of power accountable. They'd rather put the foundation of democracy on the line than have to hold the elite accountable. It doesn't matter if it was Barack Obama, doesn't matter if it was George Bush, doesn't matter if it's Bill Clinton, and then it doesn't matter if it's Donald, my nipples are fucking spray tan Trump. They're in the club. They're not going to. They'll go through the motions so CNN can make ad revenue and Fox News can make ad revenue. And Tucker Carlson could, you know, get an erection under his desk daydreaming that he could still wear a bow tie and people wouldn't laugh at him. But they're not going to actually do it, man. It's silly. They're not going to do it. It's a show. It's a joke. No one's really going to want to do something until American society falls apart, which we're getting there. Don't worry. It's coming. I don't want it to, but it's happening. And then people will be like, oh, fuck, now I should do something instead of jerking off and sitting in front of my TV watching my 600-pound life. Did I tell you to cluck? Fuck birds. So, yes, I went on a tirade right there. Oh God, yeah, man. And then you see that you'll have like Russia and China looking at us like an injured deer, like a lion looking at an injured deer walking through whatever. I can't. You get what I'm saying? We would just be prey. They would just feast on us. It's such a joke, man. You want me to get a porcelain pigeon? What the fuck is wrong with you? We don't have any pigeons here. Very positive outlook. It's just, look, am I saying that's definitely going to happen? There's a good chance. Or who knows, man? I mean, probably not. I hope to God, like, you know, something would kick in to stop the dominoes from continuing to fall, but it you know, it's a concern. I have concerns. I think they're fucking valid. I don't know. I mean, call me a man on the internet with birds. You know. Anyway, so we're at the 500 people mark. We are here. So I have not continued. So we are exactly where we left off last night with our good friend Jodi, who is not fucking insane at all. I guarantee it. Especially when as she was being convicted by the detective, like he was flat out saying, "You killed your boyfriend," and she went, "Boo hoo hoo. Oh, by the way, what kind of gun do you have?" Who asked that at that time?
Travis. I did not take his life.
You need to come out and tell me why this happened.
Florida Chicken Man? Can I get a Tourette's guy? Yes, you can.
I don't give a shit!
Why are you under a different... You always know I have to question, man, because you know the weirdos. You know the weirdos. They try, because I do a pretty damn good job of ignoring virtually all of it on here. So I'm sure it's you, but I just have to question if it's you, if that makes sense.
I will not accept any other excuses. I will just move on with my investigation, with my final report, submitting all the conclusions and all the evidence. And we can just let a judge and a jury decide. We can leave it in the hands of a jury.
What about a lie detector test?
We can do that, that's fine.
Would that help me at all?
I mean, you can't use them in court, but...
Well, then there's no point in taking it.
You took a knife to him and couldn't...
No, anything, Tom, it would be the opposite direction where you would get more... but dude, you're talking like three plus, let's say 3+ years from now, realistically. I'm not going anywhere anytime soon. And like I said, even if I like, it's not that I would stop uploading to my other channel. It would just be higher production value content. That's it. Anyway, let's get back to a very attractive sociopath who butchered her ex-boyfriend.
Stop. You couldn't stop. And before you knew it, it was all over. And then you panicked. And then you...
I've never been that angry at him. Not enough for that. I've been so far angrier at other people.
Oh, stop it. You were known as the stalking girlfriend. You remind me of this girl I dated in college. She used to meet me outside of every single fucking class. And then one time she went down to tie my shoe and I was like, get the hell away from me. Luckily, she didn't act like you, and then she was just mad at me and didn't talk to me after I told her to get the hell away from me. Yeah, she was creepy, man. She was creepy. Donald Care reporting the stream.
Their ex-boyfriends.
Then tell me who could have done this.
No amount of hot is worth dying. Like, no matter how good looking a woman is, they are not worth the crazy. I think I have that. I think I bought that Beagle Boy. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna be playing that though.
Who did this?
I don't know, but if I go to trial for
Yeah, dude, she did him real dirty.
this, and if I'm convicted for this, whoever did this is going to be sitting very pretty somewhere. Glad that it wasn't them.
And it's my job to make sure that an innocent person does not go to jail. But I don't see an innocent person sitting in front of me.
Oh.
Travis has done a lot for me, and I wouldn't hurt him. He introduced the gospel to me.
What?
No, that doesn't even sound believable. Not only is the corniest fucking thing you could say, it doesn't even sound believable, man. I heard, like, dude, better acting in a high school play. Yeah, I didn't butcher him. He made me read the Old Testament.
Why is everybody saying that you are capable of hurting him? Everybody says it.
I don't know why anyone.
So don't
thinks
tell
I'm
me that
capable.
you're not capable.
I don't even hurt spiders.
You may not hurt Spider.
I kicked a dog once.
Wait, what? Did she just say I kicked a dog once? No, stop. What are we at right now? Hold on.
Of hurting him. Everybody says it.
I don't know why anyone.
So don't
thinks I'm
tell me that
capable.
you're not capable.
I don't even hurt spiders.
Peter, good for you, man. Happy to hear it, dude. Congratulations. You get an applause.
I kicked a dog once.
Yes, she did. She said she kicked the fucking dog once. She did. She said she kicked a fucking dog once. The birds are losing their fucking minds right now. I just don't get it. Oh, man.
I was a freshman in high school.
And she's going into the story. She is going into the story after she's being accused of murdering a man about a dog she may have kicked. Like, do you think, like, oh, I'm being so honest right now? I'm telling you about a dog I kicked in high school. How could I have murdered a man? Oh, the detective. God bless him.
And I love animals. And we had this dog, his name was Doggy Boy, and my parents...
I've seen some of the comments, and I understand that people say to me, Rich, you need to stop stopping as much. You need to stop with the fucking applause. What was his name again? Hold on. What the fuck was his fucking name again?
I don't know why anyone.
So don't tell me that you're not capable.
I don't even hurt spiders.
I went back a little bit.
I kicked a dog once. I was a freshman in high school, and I love animals.
Who fucking cares? Who fucking cares? You're being accused of murdering somebody. What does this have to do with anything? Like, I can't believe you would accuse me of murder. Oh, where'd you get that salad dressing from? It's delicious. Who fucking cares? You are so tone deaf. You're tone deaf. It just shows how insane you are. You can't even pretend to be human. You are literally like the guy from Men in Black who was wearing the skin of a human but was an alien. My pet cat. Like, I know I used this joke yesterday. I'm not that baked. I'm just saying, like, it's true though. Because only a different species would think that this is the right emotional moment to be talking about this. You've been accused of murder. What the fuck does this have to do with the fact that you may have kicked a dog once in high school?
And we had this dog. His name was Doggy Boy.
If she really said his name is Doggy Boy. This is why I stopped the videos. This is what I was saying before. I didn't finish that statement either. The reason why I stopped these videos is much because there's just too much here. Again, I always give the genuine options, not me being facetious. If you don't want to hear my loud fucking mouth, I could very well understand that. Then watch you go to JCS's channel, watch the video, and you do not have to hear me talk. I'm sure it can be very annoying at times. But if you expect me not to react to a woman being accused of murder and then telling a story that's probably fabricated about a dog when she was a freshman in high school named Doggy Boy that she may have kicked, and you think I'm going to sit here and be silent, you could eat my fucking ass! Let's listen to that Doggy Boy.
And my parents, until this dog that they have now, have never been able to, and I don't mean just them, we as a family have never been able to care for a dog properly as far as give it attention and take it for walks and be consistent.
To say
He's going to say what I'm thinking, so let me just see what he says, and then we'll just continue.
Save you the oncoming ramble about Doggy Boy the dog. She lightly tapped him with her foot for tearing open the trash, and she's felt so bad ever since that it changed her entire worldview on the animal kingdom. She now apologizes to the dog, through the detective, who's conducting her interrogation for first-degree murder.
Yeah, he pretty much just said everything I was going to say, except I probably would have just included birds. You stopped the applause. What just happened there? Why do you have a pumpkin in your ass? You need to explain that one to me later. Why do you have a pumpkin in your butthole? Can I have one?
My jaw's in the ground.
I need to apologize for that to him. I know it sounds weird in my relationship.
I bet you look good covered in oil. Can I lather you up while the birds watch? I will. They said no. Sorry.
With animals, it's kind of like they're like people too. You know, they have souls.
What you need to do is you need to apologize to Travis.
This detective is like, I mean, I'm sure he's seen everything, but he's just like, what the fuck is going on right now? Why are we talking about that you tapped a fucking animal on its ass because it opened a bag of garbage when you're being accused. Like, do you think, like, oh, well, you feel guilty about that, so you must have not stabbed the fucking guy 75 fucking times. 27, excuse me.
Did you just refuse?
Listen.
Yeah, I can't help you anymore if you're not gonna help yourself.
You asked
I
me
really
prior.
can't. I can't, Jodi.
She's obviously not going to help herself, detective. We're obviously past that point. I'm going to read it. Do you agree that if God does not exist, there are no objective moral values and duties? Aren't there human-made concepts to begin with anyways? Why do you... Are you trolling with the in-depth, very well-thought-out question? Is that the troll? Where it's like, review, it's time to talk about philosophy for 7 fucking hours, USA? Because if you did mean that, you're fucking brilliant.
It's fascinating to observe how fast she can switch from one emotion to the next once she realizes a particular strategy hasn't worked. The attempt at elevating her character by expressing how much she cares for spiders and pets hasn't seemed to have any effect on the detective. So,
Well, no shit, because it's obviously a very poorly done maneuver to deflect. Or try to convince anyway that, oh yeah, I'm harmless because I won't crush a spider, so how can I murder somebody?
she then switches her disposition from sorrowful to analytical, as she once more tries to manipulate his perception of her.
If I did anything that had anything to do with his death in any way,
It's not if to me.
I wouldn't.
It's not if. It's not if at all.
Well, to me it is. I would be more than remorseful.
Is it maybe something you're blocking out of your head?
I don't think so.
Jodi
I
Arias,
tend to
huh?
write everything down. I just finished the book, The Road Less Traveled, and he said,
What is with the frivolous information? Like, that just shows the crazy right there. Like, do you really think that this is the bangers that are going to work?
the true definition of sanity is dedication to reality at all costs.
Oh, this.
Maybe she like has a computer in the prison cell, and she's the one that thought of the conspiracies that she was putting in the comments of the video explaining what was going on with my channel and my editor. Holy fuck, man.
This is definitely reality. We are sitting here inside of an office.
Fleshlights exist. Stick your dick in one of them, not in crazy.
The sheriff's department, and you are facing first-degree murder charges.
What is the
And you
difference?
are going to be booked into jail, and eventually you will be brought back to Arizona, and you will stand trial. That's the reality. And once you realize that, I think you'll be better for it.
I've had worse issues with other people. They're all still alive. I'm still
I've had worse issues with other people. They're still alive. Well, thank God. So the teller you had an argument with at a bank, you didn't slit their throat. Congratulations, you win the prize. Reviewing technology, horses, and birds in the USA. Sean, actually, you know what you made me realize? This is a major failure, and I got a StreamLabs. I did see it. Let me crack open StreamLabs. I don't remember what the fuck I was getting. Technology, horse. Why do I not have horse sounds? Sean, that was what I was going to say. Where are the horse sounds? How do I have a channel that horses are the horses and cucumbers? The birds have come later. Horses and cucumbers are the foundation of this channel. And yet I have nothing about horses. This is not okay. This is not okay. The domain name ReviewTechUSA.horse is available. Would you like me to hold it? Sure, go right ahead. Can you even have .horse? Who was that, by the way? I still thank you. All the respect this dude. Domain Watch. Thank you very much. Jodi was called the man she killed as a anyways, A 3-hole wonder? Okay. Happy Christmas, New Year. These nuts. Ha! Got him! These nuts. DSP, well, if he was guilty or innocent, he would probably not, even if he was completely innocent, he would just not shut the fuck up to the point that he would just be arrested just for, like, he would be the first person to talk himself into a felony. The cops would be like, "You're under, well, why am I under arrest? Because you just won't shut the fuck up." Oh, wait, all right, my fart will work.
Friends with my ex-boyfriends, they're all still alive.
Oh, God, that was in the thumbnail. I didn't murder my ex-boyfriends. Okay, great. So now you finally conjured up the fucking insanity level to do it now. You killed him. Great. We have your DNA. Shut the fuck up. We don't care about, what was her dog? Doggy Boy? That sounds like something, if you told a 5th grader to write a fictional story, that would be the name of the dog in the story. That DSP joke alone deserves a super chat. Yeah, like, he would just, like, innocent, even if he was innocent, he would just talk about himself for like 6 hours. And the detective would be like, "Oh my God, dude, we knew like we had to listen to everything you had to say, but we knew like 4.5 hours ago at least that you were innocent. Shut up." Well, my business, my business, my mustache, my business, and DSP tries it. I'm going to unbox something while there's an alarm going on. DSP tries it.
I've been doing this a long time. And there's one thing that...
The Adventures of Doggy Boy, Chapter 1, Jodi kicked me. Cockroach. He is sending... If it is a cockroach StreamLabs donation, it has to be... I saw your take. If my cousin both have collectible action figure bullets, honestly, I don't see the problem with an adult owning toys. No. Context of how you own the toys is key. I've always said that. Which video are you talking about, by the way? It's how you own the toys. You could like collecting something. If you're spooning with the things that you're collecting, that's a little bit weird. You could like collecting for Superman. That's awesome. It's a timeless classic from a comic. But if you are spooning with a Superman plushie at night, call me mean and cold-hearted. I have questions. That was weird timing. That kind of worked. What? I mean, yeah, she's a psychopathic monster, but she's not bad looking. It's like, what is it? Devil Wears Prada? I really think Carlos needs a good. Of course he does. He's a bird with bird breasts. Bird breasts. Wonderful bird. Why is it not going here?
I can never get out of my head. Ever since the first day I talked to you. There's an old saying that, someone's just not acting right. Look into it. You have not acted right from day one. You're just not acting right, Jodi. You're acting like somebody who's guilty.
How so?
And absolutely batshit insane. Like, she's insane. Like, obviously, she's a murderer, but I'm saying, like, she's insane. He's doing okay, man. Like I see, that video wasn't clickbait today. I saw some of those. Oh, I bet you this is like, watch the fucking video first. Like, I do alluring titles, but I think I'm pretty good at the fact that my thumbnail and title is on topic of what the video is about. Sure, if you consider it clickbait, I'm trying to allure you to watch it, and I'm going to make something to make you want to watch it, then call me Captain fucking Clickbait. But I'm not going to do like big Nintendo news. The Nintendo Switch had a firmware update. And it was the largest firmware update yet in terms of file size. I just, please clap. That is clickbait. Like, I'm going to have, people are going to, I'm sure I'm going to hear this tomorrow. People are going to say, I'm going to say, this is an important, if you buy a Nintendo Switch for Christmas, this is important, and it is, because the servers are probably going to be crashed that day. It doesn't mean your Switch is fucking defective, but do you think people are going to call it clickbait? Yes! So, Mike Lindell, licking tank cures COVID. I lick my own, and I've never gotten sick by a fucking pillow. So, you know, people are weird, man. Welcome to the internet. I have no idea what's going on. Let's go back to our dear friend Jodi here.
You tell me.
Cockroach.
I know, because I've been doing it a long time. It's taken me a long time to figure it out.
Cockroach, we've had this discussion before, dude. I remember you literally from you. We've went over this whole thing about the context of I have no issues with collectibles. It's about, so you think that, I think you went into the fact that you were just kind of busting my balls too, didn't you? I mean, we could agree to disagree on that one. But yes, if I think that you're sitting there stroking a giant Batman plushie at night, male or female, it's a little strange. If you think if you want to wholeheartedly disagree with me on that, that's cool.
Within the first 30 seconds to a minute of a conversation, I know when somebody's acting right. There's a certain way people act.
How did I act?
Okay.
It
It's
would
not
make
like
you think.
It's not like TV. It's not anything like that. It's not what you see in the movies.
Yeah, she's so far gone. She's definitely the reason that life in prison. All right, I bought it. It just goes to your streaming channel now, but hit me up if you want a Christmas present. What did you buy, bro? Are you serious? Okay. I'll look. When I was 14, I slept with my Quake Trilogy collection and sniffed it. Rich, you ever use muscle stimulator on your dong all the time? So that is my take on that, Cockroach. We can disagree. That's cool. Whether maybe you're not being serious, that's cool. Either way, my dick is small and I have birds. That is all. Yeah, didn't get the notification for my stream. I'm shocked.
Is it because I'm not crying?
No. It's not because of that.
What is it? I mean, I'm not going to change how I act.
No.
So.
I don't know. Maybe it's fucking doggy boy. Maybe it's the weird ass shit. Maybe the fact that you went from boo-hoo, I didn't kill him. Oh, what nice gun. No, I have no idea. Have no idea what may have led him on this journey to you possibly being guilty. Except for the fact that you're acting like a fucking freak. You also had your DNA there. And your fingerprints.
Obviously, you can't change the way you're acting.
No, I mean, I am who I am.
Okay, you're sincere in the way you're acting.
I will click that later.
But
Well, how is
you're just
in
not
a
telling the
safe
truth.
manner.
How is it different?
Well, it's not really something you need to focus on anymore.
And Google Fish, you're a fucking liar. Knowing you would have the Quake Trilogy disc up your ass.
After Jodi failed her attempts to extract inside knowledge on the best way to behave in order to appear innocent.
Yeah, she's like, wait, so I'm a sociopath, and I don't know how these humans you speak of act. What do they do when they're accused of something they're not, and they're supposed to pretend they're innocent? Oh, they cry or something, or they get defensive. All right, let me put that down in my notes of how to be a human.
She then attempts to explain why she hasn't been able to appear innocent.
It's not that I'm not remorseful. That
Yo, she's probably one of the most gangster people in her prison, man. Because She could put on a poker face. She's like a human chameleon. You would never be able to trust her, man. And she probably gets like shit accomplished. She probably rolls with like every gang in the prison. I'm telling you, because she's so fucking she's emotional. She's a emotional putty. She has no base. So she could do whatever the bidding you need done. And she's decent looking. She's a weapon in there, man.
He died. The reason I hesitate is because maybe this is something that's wrong with me psychologically, is I think of the butterfly effect. And it's like...
What?
You could say that the guy pumping gas down at the gas station could have potentially, because you see all these movies, these funky movies where it's like this affected this, which affected this, which affected...
They have your fucking DNA and fingerprints there. What does the guy at the fucking gas station have to... Where is the butterfly effect, Bird, coming from? Did it come from Doggy Boy? Did you feed him a fucking biscuit after you kicked him, bitch? I wonder if she talks about Doggy Boy in prison. Like,
Just if he had never done this.
I know if you had never met him, he'd probably still be alive.
That's true.
Yeah, but that's because you killed him.
No, I just can't admit to something that I didn't do. If it would help my case and give me an easier...
Oh, didn't she say? Yeah, she said yesterday when we were watching the earlier part. So let's just say I was guilty. What would happen? So let's just say I just go down the road of being like, yeah, I stabbed him 28 times and shot him and slit his throat. And I said it was me. Would I get off a little bit easier? Would it be like 10 life sentences as opposed to 50?
Sentence? I know that people plead guilty for those things.
No, and I don't want you to do that. That is the absolute last thing I want.
I wish that I had answers. I'm sorry. There's just no reason. There's just no reason.
There's no good reason why this happened. There's never a good reason why somebody dies like this.
This seems to be the moment Jodi fully confronts the reality of her situation. The anguish she has over her own fate will become
the dead man. Well, you want to? Yes, you will get a round of applause and a.
Spread your cheeks and just go to town.
Toyota Corolla. 5K of debt, man. Good. That's a shit ton of debt to pay off, man. Good for you.
visible. Yet she will.
That if you're considering that you losing your V card, I guess my friend Dan lost his virginity to a cheese sandwich where the bread was dipped in milk that he put into a cup and proceeded to stick his dick in the cup and fuck the cheese sandwich. So I guess he lost his virginity then as well. Yeah, like, bro, I lost my virginity at 15. Oh, cool. Who'd you lose it to? I lost the cheese sandwich. Go fuck yourself. Actually, I think he was like in his 20s too, which makes it even stranger. He's like, I was reaching 20 and I want to know what a vagina felt like. So this is how he talks. He's a big, tall Puerto Rican guy. And he's like, you would think he'd have a good, deep, bellowing voice, but he kind of sounds like this. So I was bored one day and I was just like, I wonder what a vagina feels like. I need to find out. So I made myself a cheese sandwich, dipped the bread in milk, put the sandwich in a cup, and fucked it. As a 40-year-old man with 3 children, I can let you know that a vagina does not feel like a cold cheese sandwich with the bread dipped in milk. Anyway, back to Jodi.
will now disguise this anguish as grief over Travis's death. She does this by posing a question.
How many times was Travis stabbed?
Interesting.
More than I want to remember.
Yeah, she's not. Those aren't tears of mourning for Travis. Those are tears of mourning. Oh, wow, my bullshit about Doggy Boy didn't work. I'm never letting that go. That is the worst. That is like 5th grade caliber fiction. And she's like, oh, me trying to be evasive and talk about stupid shit like multi-level marketing and sales jobs and everything else that you should not give a shit about while you're being interrogated for a murder didn't work. Oh, here come the tears. Oops.
I think you're feeling the reality in the moment now.
Ah, shit. Yeah. Now she finds all the sadness, man. Now oh, shit. Oh, wow, that was a lot worse than I thought it was going to be. I dropped the seltzer, and that was like a mountain full of cold piss coming out. That is something that needs to be dried. That's a lot of, thank God it's just seltzer. All right, let's put on the cleaning seltzer music. Should I add birds? Should I add... Okay, all right. It's always about birds, boys. Seltzer, birds. Thank God it's just seltzer, not coffee. Still have moisture. We are still moist. We are still moist. I am moist. I am moist. Tell your dad about my moisture. God damn, I love birds. The birds will cluck, be warned. Why, thank you.
Travis's family is gonna miss out on the Travis.
Travis's family is going to miss Travis. Well, you murdered him. I would hope so. So what would... Travis's family is going to Travis. Well, hopefully Steve's fucking family doesn't Steve either. That's love what. It's kind of fun in weird ways to just watch crazy people be as crazy or more crazy than you think them to be. Like, she's more disconnected than I ever could have imagined as I'm watching this. It's pretty incredible.
There's just no reason I would ever want to hurt him.
All I know is that
Yes, there is, because you were jealous.
I need a story or else it's just cold. It's so cold. But without the truth, I can't paint another picture. And it's going to be up to the prosecutor to paint that picture. And if you want that prosecutor, and I've met him, and you don't want him painting that picture.
I have to maintain my innocence. I can't admit to doing something that I haven't done. There's just no reason.
You should have walked in that room, dumbass, and then been like, lawyer. I mean, I'm glad you talked your way into a life sentence. Don't give it him. That's always what's amazing about these fucking sites. It must be either arrogance or stupidity. Probably a mixture of both. And I would say most of the time it's arrogance. That they really think that, like, there's a reason you could plead the fifth. Plead the fucking fifth. If there's anything you could learn from these videos, hopefully none of you ever do something like she did or what Chris Watts did. But if you, God forbid, are ever in that situation, plead the fifth and get a fucking lawyer. I swear your burps wafted out of my TV and into my mouth. So many tingly feelings at the moment. Don't tingle on my streams. I don't know how many times I need to say to people that don't tingle on my streams. It's weird. Tingle somewhere else. Go next door and tingle.
I have more work to do.
Can you give me a rundown of what's going to happen from here when you leave?
You are going to go to jail, and then you're going to go to trial, and then you are going to go to prison for the rest of your life. I'm a big believer in karma, but let's not open up that can of worms. That's not me being review evasive, but like once we go to religion, that this entire stream will just go to a giant thing of bird shit.
Yeah, you're
Like just today, for example.
Ricardo Papa Cluck. I can cluck for you.
County jail.
Cluck.
You'll be processed through there.
This is a really trivial question, and it's going to reveal how shallow I am.
You have done an excellent job of that since you walked into that room. I have caught on to that instantly, but thank you for confirming out of your own mouth.
But before they book me, can I clean myself up a little bit?
You're going to be taken the way you are. I can't give you anything else.
Do I have to go in handcuffs
But my vagina stinks.
everywhere? It's just procedure.
Whether you
Officer, can I just wash out my holes before they put me in my prison cell? They are reg.
wrote a bad check or you're facing murder charges, you're going to go in handcuffs.
Yeah. It's not like you stole the Fritos from a grocery store, man. You're going to motherfucking prison. Shut up.
You should have at least done your makeup, Jodi. Gosh.
Jesus, man. She's like, you're thinking about your makeup. What did you think? Well, the detective, which I hope to God would never happen, would have been like, I'll let you off if you blow me. Like, it wasn't working. Like, justice. Like, look at the difference. Look at it.
I didn't hear you breathe. I wonder how am I still here?
She wanted her bird hole ram driving her. And then what is she doing? Is she singing a Dido song? Like, this is... Again, like, I know I say this all the time, but this is like it makes fiction. This seems like more unrealistic than something someone would write. Like if you handed a script to Scorsese, he'd be like, "Nah, this ain't real." But it is. Like this is like a Hallmark, like a killer in like one of those Hallmark movies that like I know women watch them. I can't stand those fucking movies. My mom watches them. Like when they have those murder mysteries, this is her. Jodi would be, her name is like Jodi too. That's like such a Hallmark murder mystery fucking name for an antagonist. Evil Jodi kills her boyfriend. And now she's singing Dido in the interrogation room. On tomorrow's episode of Hallmark Mysteries. Your mom watches them too, and it's always like, I'm like, gee, how do they end? Does she get the guy and do they kiss at the end? Is the business saved? This is a nail biter. Oh, it makes me feel all warm inside. Like someone pissed all over me. Cole, it takes a lot because like even if you're off, which she's off, you have to be like dysfunctional, like someone needs to spoon feed you insane. And at that point, even Stowe, they'll just put you in like a facility where you have to, a mental health facility where you'll have to live for the rest of your life, which sometimes is worse than a prison sentence. So, okay, they consider you insane. Congratulations. You're going to wish that you went to fucking jail instead in many instances. There's a Lifetime movie based on her murder because it fits. Like this looks like it's coming off of that script. I have not seen the movie Gone Girl, but this makes me want to see it. Hallmark made-for-TV movie, not without my chicken. Thank you for the turd.
And I can't breathe. I didn't hear you breathe.
The fuck is she doing?
Goodness.
Holy shit. Holy shit. I would love to be a fly in a wall in her prison cell. Not because I want to see her titties. All right, maybe I want to see her titties. But just to see how she functions from day to day, she is so insane. Like, you know that she's just in a different world. Look, you don't stick your dick in crazy. But she, like, titties. Come on, man. Jenna, you know I'm all about titties, Jennifer Tilly. Come on, titties. Titties.
Look here! Look, listen!
This is what's happening right now. See.
He knows our need. Still beating.
But it's okay to watch crazy titties. Yes, because they're okay. Those are nice titties. All right, I'll never go a mile near those titties because the person attached to those titties would probably slice my dick off and then stab me in the throat. But yes, if I came back in a second life as a fly on a prison wall and I ended up being in her jail cell, it would be fascinating to see how she functions as a person, and there may be the side benefit of seeing a nice titty. Cancel me for that, but yeah, she's an evil sociopathic killer.
Jodi was then taken to the county jail and charged with the murder of Travis
Peter.
Alexander. She stayed there overnight, and it would be a total of 16 hours before she was...
She's not a bad looking woman, but she just looks crazy. Like, why does her face look like it's painted on right there? Like that is a weird, creepy, that looks like a Victorian era photo colorized, doesn't it? If I got murdered by her, I would think, she's still a thingy. Yeah, yo, it looks like an NPC face. It looks like an NPC face. It either looks like that or what I said. I agree. Yes, it looks like someone colorized, like a Victorian era. It's just, she is fucking off, man.
Taken back to the Siskiyou County Sheriff.
Like, she almost has a smile like, you just got a cute, but then she was just doing fucking yoga and singing Dido after she was told the rest of her life is ruined. So what am I expecting?
Sheriff's office. Her second interrogation commenced at approximately...
I am currently mid-dump.
Spread your cheeks and just go to town.
Watch your balls.
I just felt like spamming buttons. I know I'm being spammy today. I'm sorry.
Approximately 9:30 a.m.
Just remember.
You know, there's probably like 7 billion people, or 2, that are probably like, I'm going to clip the fact that Rich said he wanted to see Jodi Arias' titties. He wanted to see a killer's titties confirmed. Let's keep it real. If it wasn't, if the crazy was gone and she was just like on Plenty of Fish, you would probably try to leave a message, right? Can we just keep it real? She's evil and insane, and I wouldn't go a mile near her. But titties are titties, man. Like, yeah, Harley Quinn is a sociopath, but I would motorboat Harley Quinn if she would let me. Like, fuck. Spam the applause. Spam it, because we deserve it. Beautiful titties are beautiful titties, man. Come on.
In winter.
That's your end. Welcome. You just got here. A hole is a hole. Yes.
All right. If you want to go ahead and stand up for me. As I take these cuffs off, just go ahead and put your hands down at the waist, okay?
The game plan for this second interrogation will be a lot more strategic. Investigators will have studied the footage the day prior and will now have a greater understanding of Jodi's personality.
Booba just donated. It's been basically making images of titties. And yes.
The initial tactic is for Detective Blaney to criticize and berate the suspect's character while simultaneously reinforcing fear and apprehension. She makes it very clear from the offset that the suspect's
This will be interesting to see how she switches up the interrogation approach, because in my opinion, that guy got quite a bit out of her.
Fabricated naivety and sickly sweet persona will not work on this occasion, and Jodi's self-esteem will be broken down in a manner that would typically be considered bullying or abuse under different circumstances. This is done so that when Detective Flores returns, it will be a welcome relief, and an immediate rapport will then be attained, which in turn will make the suspect far more likely to cooperate. It's a derivative of good cop, bad cop, and the two investigators execute this technique in a near-perfect manner. Detective Blaney's time with the suspect is essentially a non-stop psychological onslaught, which is sometimes executed in a passive manner, while other times in a far more direct manner. During the latter stages of the bad cop procedure, Jodi will be asked if she would prefer to speak with Detective Flores instead. This question is posed a total of 5 times, and only on the 5th time will Jodi finally give in and admit that she would. This will give her the impression...
Yo, is that like a StarTAC Motorola, or is that like one of those Nokias, man? Jesus.
That when Detective Flores finally returns, it was all her doing, rather than a calculated and prearranged strategy.
Okay.
Yes, I do have it. No, I don't.
The voice recorder isn't actually for the purpose of recording the conversation. It is a prop to reinforce the perception of Detective Blaney being the enemy, and not to be trusted. You'll notice that when Detective Flores returns, this device will be switched off, therefore reinforcing the idea that he is the friend who can be trusted.
Today's date is July 16th, and my name is Detective Rachel Blaney, and I'm here with Jodi Arias. Is that how you say your last name? Arias. Okay, I'm sorry. This is just formality, and this is, you know, if I have to, you know, write up a report of what we talked about, at least I know word for word, you know, what you said, and there's no mistakes. Mm-hmm. Okay. The reason that I wanted to talk with you this morning, there's a couple of reasons, actually. Let me say this: it's obvious to me that, you know, you're not our typical suspect. You know, you come from a good home, a good family.
I don't know, Jeremy Rubenstein. There's actually almost 900 people. He literally one shy away of 900 people. So maybe I know. Here's the thing. Everyone's like, "Oh, Rich, you're just doing it because it brings in more viewers." Well, that's a nice bonus, but I watch this shit. Like, you know what I'll do? Like, if I'm trying to wind down to get tired to go to bed, like I'll play Call of Duty and I'll listen to these interrogations like on my phone or like iPad or something. Like, I love this shit, man. You know what I mean?
Parents obviously care about you. That was evident, you know, when they talked to him yesterday. And you're a bright girl. Probably more intelligent than you were letting on yesterday. And there's no question in my mind or any of the other investigators' mind that you were the person that took Travis's life. But what I need to know...
She's like, at least to me, she's the bad cop. She's like, I feel like I'm watching an ASMR video now.
What I'd like to know, and give you the opportunity to do,
more titties,
is
bad boy,
determine
bad cop
whether
boba.
You know, you're a cold-blooded, cold-hearted murderer who slaughtered this guy, or are you somebody that got caught up in circumstances and things got out of control? When this hits the news, and it will, it'll go to the media. Do you want to be portrayed as that cold-blooded, cold-hearted murderer? Because the media loves that. I'm trying to help you out. I'm trying to give you a chance.
Like, I guess it works with these interrogators, but here's the thing. When you're a savage murderer, the facts are going to come out of how you murdered them. Like they did this with Chris Watts too. I guess it works in how they coax things out of people, but no matter what, you're always going to be seen as that. So there's no redemption for this at this point. It's just funny that they always do that. I guess it works though, you know? A clucking murderer. Luckily that fart held off the turd that I thought was emerging. I may have a turd bird.
To make things right. You know, show the families that you do have some remorse. But when you continue to deny when it's obvious that that's not the case, you appear to be the cold-blooded killer. And things are going to start moving real fast here for you. This is kind of a pause, you know, before things, you know, start getting heavy. This is your opportunity to help yourself out. We don't need you to tell us anything. I'm doing this for you. It's a matter of, do you want to take control of your situation and paint the picture of who you are? Because you're the only one that knows that.
The professional ruthlessness of this investigator is quite astonishing. The demeaning and sarcastic tone she manages to superimpose over straight facts is gripping to witness.
You know, was it a matter of, like I said, this guy, Travis, building some sort of, what you thought was some sort of relationship? You know, were you hoping for marriage? Is this something that you were hoping for? Was he leading you down that path? You know, did he take advantage of you? Were there promises made that were broken? Did he betray your trust in some way? I don't know. Only you know that. This is not going to go away anytime soon for you, Jodi. You know, you're a young woman, just starting your life. You had a lot going for you. You should be fighting for yourself right now. And you let this eat at you, and it's going to destroy you or change you in a way that you wouldn't want.
Jodi manages.
I never understand, man or woman. Like, all right, it was a dude that he wasn't interested in you. It wasn't destiny. Move the fuck up. But she's like, obviously she can't compute life normally. She would, like I said, she was just standing upside down, and I just, like, what? You took away someone else's life and ruined the rest of your life for what? Like, I'm sure you would have found someone else, Jodi. Like, you're not, if you take away the evil, sadistic, sociopathic murderer side, you're not a bad-looking woman. What was this worth? Because it was supposed destiny? Get the fuck out of here.
Is to veer off on trivial aspects of her and Travis's relationship that paint her in a positive light. Officer Blaney makes it very clear that she has far less patience than Officer Flores. With what appears to be a very sympathetic tone, she will snap the suspect's focus back to the element of the murder.
As much as I love Travis, I just have always, there's something inside that says he's not the guy you're going to marry.
So then what was it? What was it that led up to all of this? I mean, there's got to be something. So I honestly don't believe that, you know, that you're cold-hearted and you would just go and just, you know, kill somebody on a whim.
Yes.
That doesn't fit your profile.
They said the same thing to Chris Watts, too. All right, birds, I'll be right back. I gotta use the little boy's room. Breaking news, Dad had the shit.
So what was it that led up to that? You know, you tell me. You tell them. You tell, Travis's family. I'm just trying to fill in the holes there, and just kind of guessing.
She said fill in the holes. Cool. My dump was abrupt.
About the emotions. What was it that would make you, so angry or upset?
Once Jodi is forcefully brought back to reality, she all of a sudden has nothing to say. The passive yet disparaging tone of the detective must be a very hard thing for an individual to have to sit there and take, especially someone who has used their fabricated sweet nature to their advantage most of their life in order to avoid these types of situations.
And if you're smart, you'll realize that,
She's also a fucking narcissist that doesn't like being questioned. She doesn't like being not put down a peg. Knocked down a peg.
You're not going to get a whole lot of other chances to do this. Probably none.
Dad.
Once the wheels start turning, they move real fast. And you will be out of control then. You know, I'm a spiritual person myself, and I don't think that I would want that, you know, inside of me.
Jodi, would Jesus want you to murder a motherfucker? Jesus thinks you're a piece of shit.
I wouldn't want all of the ugliness of the lies inside of me. Take a minute just to think about what I said.
Jodi is clearly exhausted and terrified. She, at this moment, was being observed by both Detective Blaney and Detective Flores in another room, and they even contemplated having Detective Flores enter at this moment. They ultimately decided against it, however, and Detective Blaney re-enters the room to maximize this state of dejection. The pressure will now be increased to a considerable degree.
Maybe I did have a wrong picture of you. You know, all of this time that you and I have been talking, and I got information from your other interview, you are talking about insignificant things at this point. You're talking about money, you're talking about material things, you're talking about everything but...
I'm just talking about things that affect the people I care about.
You're talking about everything but how bad you feel about Travis. You only respond to my questions.
If I murdered Travis, I would be very remorseful.
I think that I've gotten the wrong picture of you. I think that, you know, maybe I was wrong. Maybe you are that.
Yeah, we're definitely going to do that. Hopefully they don't do the stupid fucking copyright claim shit on me. That's what drives me crazy about. There's a really good one from the Fifth Estate on him. But I just know that this video is blocked at every place except your fucking household.
That cold-blooded person that they're trying to portray. And, you know, I'm just really confused. At this point, you know, maybe you're right. Maybe there isn't anything that you can do to help yourself. You know, maybe I was wrong. Maybe you're not as intelligent as I thought you were. Maybe I was wrong. I don't know what else to do for you here, Jodi. I'm kind of at the end of my rope. You're not going to get a whole lot of people that are trying to help you out along the way beyond this point. And what I'm hearing is somebody who doesn't give a rip about what happened. I'm hearing somebody that's worried about money, your appearance, everything about you. I don't hear anything about Travis unless you're specifically asked. How do you think that looks?
Listen, I don't care so much.
No, you listen. You are not grasping the reality here, Jodi. You are acting like the person that I portrayed, the ugly, cold-blooded murderer.
Every time Jodi breaks down, the detective immediately focuses on Travis's family. She makes it abundantly clear that she has absolutely no sympathy for the suspect despite her best efforts.
I know Travis's family is struggling with why, and that would be the one thing that would give them closure. They may never like you, but I think that they would be appreciative of why their son's life was taken. I know if it was my child, that's what I would want. And I know that you're not a mother, but all women have those mothering instincts within them. And I think that you can understand that, what I'm saying. Was I off base, Jodi?
Could you be clear so I could hear?
Sure.
Jesus.
I understand that you're a very private person. Everybody has said that.
Yeah, you know, I mean, look, I get looks are subjective, but I'm sure that like that's super fake bubbly to the point that someone with somewhat decent intelligence can tell that she's insane. But I'm sure at a surface level with people that she's interacted with her whole life, her looks kind of and that very veneer cheery personality probably got her very, in terms of just like manipulating people, very far. She was hoping that was going to work here, but you can't manipulate your way out of fucking DNA and evidence.
And that's glaringly apparent. But all your business is going to be out in the open right now, so there's really nothing to hide from anymore. You know what I mean? And do you think at this point that your pride matters more than Travis's family's grief? This is your chance to make at least something right. Even if it's on a small scale, it's a big deal to his folks. This is your opportunity to make right on some of your selfishness.
I wasn't angry at Travis. Everyone keeps saying whoever did this was so angry.
Then what were you? Were you jealous?
All of the above.
Was he expecting you to come over that day?
He wanted me to. I told him I wasn't going to.
So was it a surprise that you actually showed up?
Jodi prepares to set off on another tangent about photography, but gets shut down right away. The detective doesn't allow her thoughts to keep wandering off on something unrelated as a means for attaining a brief distraction from reality.
I got pictures of him once shaving, and then he was already weird about that.
Well, Jodi, when you say things like that, it's obvious to me that you don't want to do the right thing for the family. You don't want to unburden yourself. You don't want to give them closure.
What is
and
she?
You're jerking my chain. And I don't appreciate my chain being jerked. I'm tired of playing games. I'm tired of skirting around it. I thought that it would be easier for you to talk to a woman, to say what you need to say to a woman. Sometimes it is. But unless you're willing to give me something, then I can't do anything for you. After today, things are going to go so fast for you. You're going to be totally out of control of the situation. The wheels of justice will start turning. I understand that you're afraid and that you're horrified about that person within you that could do something like that. But it happened, and it's a done deal, and you did. At least you can do is tell the family how it happened so they can understand why. I mean, do you think you're going to get this opportunity again? To sit down and just have a free-form discussion? There's not going to be any situation or place that's going to make it any easier for you. This is as good as it gets for you right now. Would you rather talk to him? If you do, you know, that's fine, and I'm sure that he'd be willing to talk with you again. Or would you rather continue talking with me? It's up to you.
I don't really have a preference, I guess.
I don't know what it is that's going on inside your head right now. I don't know whether you're weighing the odds, you know, trying to figure out how you can save your own skin here. Don't you think that it's going to make just a little bit of difference inside yourself as far as that closure goes, if you know that the family at least has something? And if you're not going to do that today with me right now, I'm just going to send you back across the street. Because we've been in here for a while. And I don't have, you know, the entire day.
Man, these interrogations are fucking grueling. You got to realize these are hours upon hours upon hours upon hours. Jesus Christ.
I guess my patients are running a little thin. And if you think you're feeling grief over this whole incident, think about how they feel. For once, think about somebody else. And if you want to talk to Detective Flores as opposed to me, you can do that. Like I said, I thought it would be easier for you to talk to a woman.
I kind of do want to talk to him because he has been in contact with with Travis's family a lot.
Okay.
I don't know if that would make any difference, but I know that he already talks to them on a regular basis.
Yeah, and I'm sure that, he has somewhat of a relationship with them. So I'll go see if he's...
Yeah, I'm not trying to stall or anything, but I've got to go to the bathroom again. Can we go?
Yeah.
Hey.
Well, Rachel called me and told me that you wanted to talk to me.
I wonder if like DSP takes an anger shit if she had to take a fear shit. I had too much coffee shit. Did I just actually pick my nose live on stream without even realizing? Yes, I fucking did. Go, Rich.
Doing okay?
It doesn't matter how I'm doing.
It does to me.
Thank you. But
See, I don't necessarily think he was being like super uber kind-hearted. He was kind of drilling home like, you fucking did it. But I guess that is the softer side. I don't know.
it doesn't matter. What matters is how his family is doing.
I told you yesterday I've been doing this for a long time, and you're absolutely right.
I guess I'm trying. Remember the one time Wings fucking sneezed and like a big giant booger came out? That's the thing. Live streams happen, man. And I guess I just got into the moment. I felt a booger jiggling around in my nose, and I just,
Spread your cheeks and just go to town.
Yeah.
Person's family who was hurt, they're obviously hurting.
My cans
But
are
there's a
empty.
second family that hurts as well. And in this case, it's your family.
The objective of good cop, bad cop seems to have worked. A higher level of trust and rapport seems to now be established. Jodi pours out her emotion as the detective offers a sympathetic and understanding tone. But then something very interesting happens. Once she composes herself, she for some reason requests to see the photos of Travis. Not before, but after he was murdered.
Hold on, we got Mark Will has, Rich, make a video of you putting a tube in your ass and a gerbil going up your ass. All right, that is going to be my OnlyFans premiere. I will have that up there immediately on my OnlyFans. It is an exclusive member video. Nikado Avocado will be putting the gerbil up my ass. That has also been confirmed. I'm gonna speak to your manager and shove a gerbil up your ass. I love cheese. I love cheese. Put a gerbil up your ass. Oh. That shit that escaped my bowels just now keeps screaming, wash your balls, be gone.
Wash your balls, wash your balls, wash your balls.
Hope and pray that your editor gets well soon and back on his feet in time. No time, Flat Rich. Also, when will Steve get turkey sounds for the soundboard? Gobble, gobble, gobble my ass. That's actually a good idea. That and the horse sounds. Very good point. I'll shut the fuck up now. And you know, like I said, like the reason why, and first and foremost, my editor's health come first, and secondly, I'm a big boy. I can edit. Like I said, if I just did news, everyone's like, "Oh, Rich, you could do it on your own." Yeah, if I just did news, absolutely. But if you notice, I've been incorporating other content, and even when I'm just doing news, because I have kids and I have other things that I need to do, and a life outside of YouTube, having an editor makes it much more. To keep my channel going where I have multiple stories a day, usually. There are days that the news is just flat out dead and we skip and I work on other shit behind the scenes. It still would be beneficial to have an editor because it keeps the workflow going. I would still be daily, but not as daily as I'm daily. love birds. Jeepers creepers. That's actually a good one.
That is a good one.
All right, so hold on. Let me write this down. On a ship, hope and pray. So he, you know, like I said, I'm a big boy. Fuck you. And point being, all joke, all yuck, shut the fuck up. The point being, I can edit. I can hold it down. It's not like, you know. And oh, this is one of the other conspiracies I saw. Review conspiracies, you under my fucking videos, USA. Why don't I have another editor as a backup? Like, here's the thing. Like, this is one, unless you're one of the very select few that becomes a Linus Tech Tips, where you are getting the revenue that you can have as staff at that level, travel light on YouTube, because numbers, sub growth, viewership comes and goes. There's some months where I will get 30,000 new subs a month. There could be an entire fucking year where I'll gain 1 sub. I'm almost not kidding. So the nice thing about my channel is that I don't have, minus my editor, a staff. I mean, there's other expenses, but you know, but I travel light. So when there's the slower months, I don't have to, like, you always see those videos, like the people shutting down channels and shit because, hey, I had 1 month where I got 10 million views. So I hired 6,000 fucking people. Like, they hire a fucking, they hire a janitor and a water boiler so people could, like, fucking make pasta in the middle of the day. It's like, what are you doing? The nice thing about my channel is I won't and will not do that. Now, one thing I may do is, because I think with the kind of streams that I've been, I don't know if evolving is the right word, I'm not trying to be pretentious, but the streams I've been leaning towards, to have someone chop through and go through the highlights would be a good idea. And I may hire somebody, because I know I wouldn't, because my editor does my news stories and he does like the reviews I just did of the Ioneo Pro. He wouldn't, I think it would be spreading him too thin. Obviously I would have to pay him more, of course, and understandably so. But yeah, that was a thing. Anyway, let's continue.
Many could think she is attempting to gain some sort of depraved satisfaction from seeing them. Yet going off how the rest of this interrogation plays out, it's more likely that she is trying to gather information, or at least confirm something in the photographs, before she amends her new narrative.
This is more of a selfish reason. I think it might give me some sense of closure.
Yeah, like, don't. That was a thing. Like, I'm not going to have some poor person just, first off, to find an editor that understands my weirdness. That's why I didn't have an editor for so long. I should have probably had an editor when I hit like 150,000 subs. You know what I mean? But I didn't, because no one gets the kind of weird shit I want to do. Jay does. Like, I could just toss him a fucking video and he knows exactly what I want. You know what I mean? So that, I can't find that. And I'm not, and on top of it, who am I going to find that is capable of doing that, but also is just sitting around waiting for in case there's a rainy day where Jay can't work? Like, yeah, okay, I'm going to hold my fucking breasts. I'm going to hold my breasts. Until that happens. So, and like I said to you, it happened at a time where it's like, it's the 20 fucking first. You know, it's basically, the news is, actually there's a lot of news tomorrow, of course, because that's Murphy's Law. But it's going to wind down. Like, probably there's going to be nothing after tomorrow. Everyone's driving to wherever they're going, and, you know, minus like doing live streams and maybe doing a review of something, because I do have a product that I got to review. There's nothing going to be really there anyway. So it's, you know, there would have been not that much videos going up anyway.
I know it's kind of morbid.
What am I checking
messages for? I don't even think I really deserve closure.
What is it you want to know
no.
about the photos?
No. Oh, god damn.
Do you want to see the room?
Yeah, I get those ads, Google Fish. They
Do you want to see the bathroom? Or
come on, we all watch porn.
Want to see him?
Granny titties.
Or is it the photos before it happened that you want to see?
Yes, obviously I can't show it to you, but Google Fish just sent me a picture of granny titties. It's either granny titties or a hairy man's ass. Or cock. He sends cock too. Not you. He sends the actual penis cock. Not bird cock.
I think the photos of after everything.
I won't show you those.
Is there any that you can?
Pelosi's OnlyFans. No.
No. I can't do that.
Oh, my butt plug is vibrating. Jodi, Jesus, man, that is a violent ringer.
The whole time identifying who he was by the time we got there. And he wasn't the same person. So that's why I don't want to show you photos.
The detective attempts to get the dialogue flowing in a subtle manner, yet he's given the silent treatment anytime he poses an incriminating question. Jodi knows exactly what she can and can't say with respect to her own preservation. Her internal self is far more calculated than the naive exterior she...
Dude, there is, even beyond JCS, who is like the GOAT of this stuff, there is so much of this out there. It is endless, and I'm always interested in it. I watch this in my downtime. So we are flowing down a river of luscious content love.
She continuously portrays.
So why were you there that day? Please tell me.
Like, that jackhammer I have in my ass is actually my phone telling me I have a text message.
You just miss him? Should I be looking for somebody else?
What the fuck was with that dramatic... What was with that dramatic toilet paper drop? That was just like, she was like one of those cranes in like an arcade machine, or it's like, the fuck just happened there?
Was there anybody else with you besides you and Travis? Are you protecting somebody else?
Lotion.
The detective allows for extended periods of silence. Only Jodi will know for sure what she was thinking, yet one could safely assume she is desperately constructing her new narrative during these moments.
Trying to just figure it out.
Like, it always makes me, like, I think back to Chris Watson. I'm like, as you're in prison every day, and it's like a really grim Groundhog Day, and you wake up and it is the same thing that you will have forever now. Like, when you're thinking of why you're there, beyond it being morally disgusting and reprehensible ending someone's life, like, what did you think was going to happen? Did you really... I mean, I guess it's that delusion of grandeur and it's narcissism. Like, did you really think it was just going to... That's how you're going to press the reset button? Like, did you really think it was going to work out? For, what did he know the woman for like 6 weeks? And he was like looking up, like, what the living fuck did you think was going to happen? I just don't understand. But I'm also not a sociopath.
Just trying to think. What happened to me today and from here on out? If I just told you.
I jokingly sent a picture of my friend to my friend of Jodi Arias. He's like, dude, do I know her? You probably do. That's Jodi Arias, who stabbed her ex-boyfriend 28 times, slit his throat, and shot him in the head. She's single, I hear, though.
Every single detail that I know. And I gave you a confession.
Nothing else changes. It just speeds up the process.
It's all really blurry. It really is blurry. It's all a blur. Can I please see those photos?
Why did you throw the camera in the washing machine? We found blood in the downstairs bathroom where somebody had tried to wash their hands. There's blood on the outside of the washing machine. There's little things that give us clues to what you were doing afterwards. Everybody says he just leaves his doors open when he's home. Trusts everybody.
Have you ever seen the movie The Secret?
What? She always is like, it's almost comedic brilliance. It's like Tim and Eric caliber shit. Like you're mournful and sad and hey, have you ever seen the movie The Secret? Oh my God! Can I please see the? Hey, have you ever seen the movie The Secret? I hear it's great.
Watch your balls.
I can't.
I don't think so.
This was the cue for Jodi's next series of insufferable rambles. The detective valiantly endures this for the next 31 minutes to lower her guard.
I used to go to sleep at night and I would hear gunshots. We weren't in a bad neighborhood, but our neighborhood neighbored another neighborhood that wasn't that great, and gunshots scary. And because Salinas is agricultural and there were a lot of fields, and I used to think that they were hunters in the fields with their dogs. They were swinging by and pick up Amy, my roommate. And I wasn't there, I don't think. I was at work or something. I've never been in doubt. I've never been through the temple, but from what I understand, I think that it's such a sacred place, and meditating there and being there will help to give you further insight about where. There were 3 fears. One was handguns, which is one of the.
What the living fuck is going on? She's like rambling. Like, I can't even pay attention. Like, this is ridiculous.
The reason I got a gun, there was a CHP here in town that said he would take me out and go target.
I will, Zahir, thank you.
And I went to the sporting goods store several times to see what he had, and they were all in the $500 or $600 range for the kind that I wanted. So they were too.
Why don't you tell him where you did? You go to Arby's for lunch? File all of this under who gives a fuck. Joe Biden. Imagine like someone had caught like Joe Biden fapping in the Oval Office. I've also fapped in the same seat that is exactly where I stroked my spray tan penis. Wash your balls.
Expensive, but then there was this one, it was cheap.
Jodi's dialogue eventually winds up on the subject of Travis, and how Travis was private about the shower. The detective seizes the moment to catch Jodi off guard. He subtly poses a highly incriminating question in a jokingly manner.
He was very private about the shower, like we...
Is that why you were taking pictures of him in the shower?
No, no.
She doesn't deny she was there, only that she wasn't taking the pictures for that particular reason. She doesn't refute what is essentially an accusation, only a part of the context within it. This seems to be the moment where Jodi realizes the holes in her story are beyond repair. She has to admit she was at least at the scene of the crime, and will now start to scramble her thoughts to garner the most self-preserving storyline.
Trying to get back at him.
No,
What went wrong? Did he say something to you? What did you do? Did you plan on doing that the whole time? I don't believe you planned it. Jodi, please.
I can't.
Why not? Did someone catch you there? Someone not expecting you to be there?
I did yesterday. We watched the whole thing. So if you want to check it out, you can see it from yesterday's stream.
I want to see my car.
Then who was it?
I don't know.
That was weird, the way she said they're evil. That was like some unpossessed shit. They're evil.
Listen, I can tell you. I can tell you everything that I know or that I remember.
What the fuck was Frank doing in the background? Hello, hey, what's going on there? What'd you get for lunch? A fucking hot dog? That looks delicious. Every time I get the Chinese food down the road, I have a bowel movement. Oh, wait, they're having an interrogation there. Oh, shit. They're gonna smell my shit.
Okay. What do you remember?
Is there any way I can see those pictures?
No, not right now.
Can I see them soon? I will.
She takes pride in her work. That's what she wants to see. Some of these fucking weirdos get off on what they did. It's like a badge of honor for them. That's why she wants. You can kind of hear it in her tone of voice, too. Why am I stroking my beard in a very sadistic manner right now, speaking of this? You don't understand me, Bird, but you will. Fuck birds. Shh. Oh, yeah, I have seen that before. Was that JCS who did that, or was that someone different? But I did see that. He's fucked up. Very fucked up.
No.
You need to start letting me know what happened.
Okay.
You're telling me that some other people were there.
He was kneeling down in the shower. I don't remember him. If this is his shower and the sink is over here, I was like right here taking pictures. And I don't really know what happened after that exactly, except I think he was shot.
Where were you?
If this is his shower, I'm just sitting here. I was like, well, if this is his shower, I'm just sitting here. I was like right here on my knees, and his bathtub was right here, and I was taking him here, and I was just going through the pictures, and I heard this loud ring.
She's like the community college she's like the perfect community college theater student. Like I've met so many people like her because I did theater there back in the day. And they were all nuts. They could like swing from emotion to emotion to emotion, like at the drop of a hat. It was quite weird.
And I don't really remember except Travis was screaming. I think I got knocked out, but I don't think it was that long. And they were.
Oh, now you got knocked out. Now it could have possibly been that I was there and possibly there was another. Oh my God. You suck. You suck terribly.
Two people there, and
the birds are fucking pissed right now. Tell them.
What'd you say?
I'm not really exactly sure of the borderline personality diagnosis. So I know obviously it seems like she had, yeah, she's, I may not be Dr. Phil, but I will diagnose her as mentally fucked in the head.
I remember
I love birds.
putting my hand on his back as he was on all four of his knees. He was like on his knees like this, doing something.
Dr. Phil will give this is the Jodi Arias Dr. Phil therapy session. You need to stop stabbing men after you rot on their penis. Thank you, Dr. Phil. Whoa! Thank you.
Like this or something, like I don't know. And I was like, are you okay? What's going on? What's going on? He's like, go get help. Go get help. And I said, okay. And I turned around. There were two people there. One was a guy and one was a girl. I could.
Are Winks and Dr. Phil the same person? Ban anybody who says I sound like Dr. Phil.
Look here! Look, listen! Look here! Look, listen!
Peering offline does not fucking stop. It's to stop talking shit you know nothing about.
I felt that at first, but I just see one was a girl, and I assumed the other was a guy because their build, and then their voices. Travis was screaming the whole time. He wasn't screaming like a girl, he was just like...
What? What? How do you go from... Travis was screaming the whole time. He wasn't screaming like a girl or nothing. I mean, it was just... But oh my God. How does... Whoa, man. She just goes from yin to yang, from Dr. Jekyll to Mr. Hyde, to Tommy Tellerico to Gabe Newell.
You're getting Grandpa excited.
Yes! Where's Dickers? He needs towels to wash some bird balls.
Wash your balls. Wash your balls.
Like he was in pain, like he was like shocked, like, oh.
Dude, Phil makes this noise when he's really digging his hole after he takes a power shit to make sure it's clean. Like he's going up there with the paper. He's just like, gotta make sure there's no more brown.
Wash your balls.
Yes.
You know.
What happened, Jodi? What did you see?
I took it out like a little bitch. I ran. He was still like conscious and still alive, and
she just left him there.
You know, he was like still conscious and stuff. Like she just goes like boo hoo, and then she just goes up, and then it's like all of a sudden she's like, "So what'd you have for breakfast?"
No, I ran into the closet, and he stopped me, and he didn't touch me. He was just held the gun to my head, and he was like, "You don't go anywhere." And he told the other girl to finish it. I didn't see. He told me to stay there and not to move.
And where was that, in the closet?
No, it was
Way too much evidence there, man. You know that none of this is gonna add up. Why do people even try? I mean, you only get away with this shit if you're at like Bill Gates level, so stop. So Bill, what was your relationship with Jeffrey Epstein? Well, he's dead, so he's dead. Oh, what did happen here? I literally through Bill's face can see his penis retract like into like a belly button as he was being asked that. Like it was just like it made that noise too. Can I have some sweet, sweet bird spam, Rich? Of course you can. Hi, Dad. Merry Christmas. Why, thank you, beautiful Angel Blossom. I appreciate that. Why do I sound like this right now? WCBS FM 91.3. We're in the late hour here. I'm your host, DJ Spicy Bob, with a spicy hole. And I literally do have a spicy hole. I cut a habanero in half and rubbed the oil on my asshole, and now it's burning.
I don't give a shit!
Well, you probably don't.
She describes that the mail stopped her from leaving, and then goes into detail about how her phone wasn't charged and...
It's so weird. She's like a 12-year-old girl, like, drawing in her room. It's just so strange. She's so off.
How she forgot her phone charger. She then describes how she valiantly tried to save Travis from the female attacker.
She was over him, and I just rushed her and I pushed her.
In the next moment, she will state that the assailant comes back when she never went anywhere to begin with.
I got Travis, and he wasn't, like, standing up, really. He wasn't really doing much, and he was... I was trying to get him, and she came back. I got him kind of far, like right here. She came back. He was starting to just get weaker and weaker. And this guy came back in. And she said that they needed to do me too, because
What? She's just gonna say did O.J. Simpson at this point just break into his apartment and just take a shit and then make himself a peanut butter sandwich? What the fuck is even going on? Frosty Kid, thank you very much, sir. I appreciate it. It's just a big what the fuck. Yours truly here, just watching Jodi Arias murder her boyfriend. I should take some lessons. Oh, she stabbed him 27 times and slit his throat and shot him in the head? I need to step my motherfucking game up. Making vlogs about morality when you lost the civil case proving that you're a vile murderous piece of shit. Fuck you into the horse you rode in on being on Twitter. Eat my ass, OJ. Please don't eat my ass, OJ. Yours truly just coming to tongue your butthole on Christmas Eve. Please, no. No. Juice, don't look for juice from my holes. Let's continue.
Because it was there, and he's like, no, that's not why we're here.
From what you're telling me, she was the aggressive one and he was the more...
Have you heard of Lovely Peaches? If not, she's the female version of EDP, but much worse. You'll have to send me a video, depending on what is said in there. I stretch limits here, but I don't like, to not have my channel shut down. Maybe we'll watch it.
Passive.
Yeah, I mean, there was definitely aggression as far as, I don't know what you define aggression by, but there was definitely a sternness.
So it seemed like they knew him.
I think I've heard, whispers or murmurs. Whispers. What the fuck? That sounds like a 90s. That sounds like that would be a Lifetime show from the 90s. Whatever. Who would be a popular 90s actress? You have to be washed up to be on the Hallmark movies or blah 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 starring Whispers. Wait. Nikocado Avocado stars in Whispers. I want to speak to your manager. Fuck Moist Critical and I like cheese. Whispers. Dr. Rich, your birds need to stay away from your asshole. Thank you, Dr. Phil. I am now a changed man due to your groundbreaking insight, Dr. Phil. I would have never figured that out myself. No wonder why. Your forehead is fucking huge. It is filled with knowledge no one else knows. Oh yeah, we're watching an interrogation. I have a penis full of pee though, but we'll watch for a couple more minutes. Hey, I have not peed that much tonight.
Obviously.
Yeah, but he didn't seem to know them. I mean, he was a little out of it. Plus, they had masks on anyway. But he didn't express any kind of recognition.
I could talk.
The detective takes her back to the moment she tried to save Travis from the female attacker.
So I wasn't sure. I just knew I had to hold on to her hand.
Yeah, all right, I'm going to piss. But she's going to, I would not be shocked at this point if Doggy Boy came back and she put on a fucking ninja suit and suplexed the alleged attacker that still managed to get him anyway. Birds. Yeah, and he'll probably win too, John. I heard about that. I am stepping on boxes. Box. That pee was so not yellow and clear, I could have pissed into a Poland Spring bottle and you would have thought it was a fresh thing of water. No, I already laid that from my hole. The birds can confirm that.
Because she had a knife.
What happened?
And then she had a grenade launcher. And then a tank from Left 4 Dead 2 just came in and fucked shit up, including OJ. Yours truly here. That tank just put his fist right up my ass, and I thought it was okay. Don't know how they got Sanders like popular, like their Lieutenant Governor John Fetterman running in the same race as Oz, and he's the front runner. He did, yeah, because our system is a fucking joke. And these are multimillionaire doctors like Rand Paul. I don't know what his net worth is. I'm sure it's at least 7 zeros. And the system made him rich, and they want to keep it. Whatever. I wish Crank that Soldier Boy just And he's literally cranking a soldier like, there's this whole big murder thing going on. You got a tank going around, slapping around Jodi Arias and her former ex-boyfriend that she murdered, that she's making up this elaborate story. And then you just have Soldier Boy just literally masturbating in the corner of the bedroom because, well, there was nowhere else to masturbate, obviously. And I'm just sitting there making a sandwich in the background, and this is all going on. I'm like, oh, wow, that tank's really fucking shit up. I'm going to finish making my sandwich made of birds. If you like Sanders, you'll love it. I'll have to look into him.
She had it in this hand, but well, her right, I guess. So.
Oh, wow, the camera's on. The camera's been on the whole time.
I just said, come on, come on. You know, he was naked, but I didn't care. Just come on. And he's like, I can't.
Bird breasts.
Come on. He's like, I can't feel my legs.
Jodi.
You can't feel your legs, but were they hairy, and do they turn blonde in the sun? All right, now we got Joe Biden in the mix, and he's just sitting there. He just wants to see if there's any hairy legs, and he's just looking around. He's looking at everyone's. Maybe Jodi Arias had hairy legs at that time. Maybe she didn't shave them. Knowing her, she probably did. But or maybe he's looking at OJ. Maybe OJ has that really thick burly hair, that manly leg hair, and he's just like, OJ, you got some hairy legs. I don't think they turn blonde in the sun though. I got better hair, turns blonde in the sun. You lose compared to me, OJ. Yours truly, I'll shove my foot right up your ass, Mr. Biden. Then you just got the tank, but no, we don't even get to that point because the tank's just slapping the shit out of everybody. This is a mess here. This is an absolute mess, and then we got Soldier Boy using the Soldier game, still masturbating in the corner. No one knows why, but he is. He's just jerking off there. He is cranking his soldier all over. This is all happening at once. This is an incredible Jodi. How did you survive?
Jodi had obviously seen a lot of bad movies. Bear in mind, this conversation she had with Travis was supposedly happening as she was simultaneously fighting off a knife-wielding attacker. She glosses over the struggle, and she somehow ends up outside the bathroom. The two assailants are now inside the bathroom, arguing with each other about Jodi's fate. She hasn't stated whether Travis is alive or dead at this point.
It wasn't like super yelling, it was kind of like hushed but intense.
And then Philip DeFranco just showed up. Instead of doing his daily news videos, he just took a shit right on the bed, right next to Soldier Boy. Fuck. What's up, you beautiful bastards? I'm just taking a shit right on this bed. Don't mind my log. After you're emotionally distressed from this, Jodi, maybe you could call BetterHelp and they'll help you out. DSP in the background complaining it, but now he would just be eating it. Oh, why is it like this giant mess of a murder scene? Oh, Jodi Arias is fighting off this attacker trying to kill her boyfriend, which she actually killed, but it's all a fucking lie. You got O.J. Simpson taking a shit, getting slapped around by a tank. Who else do we have? Soldier Boy jerking off in the corner. We got Philip DeFranco taking a dump on the bed. And now Gabe Newell has entered the chat and asking if anyone wants to play Half-Life 2. Holy shit. I don't know what's going on here. You want to play some Portal 3? There isn't. It doesn't exist.
Good.
You need to shut up. It's not over here. Things like that.
The male assailant then takes Jodi's registration out of her wallet and looks at her address.
He said, if you ever say anything about this, he said they'll do to my family the same way and me, and I didn't care so much.
If you ever tell anybody about this ever, I will force you to eat chicken salad that was pre-made from the grocery store that's only a day away from expiration. And I'll have Michelle Obama feed it to you with your hands tied behind your back. This is a true story. They said this all. Ask Gabe Newell. He was there.
Good.
This story is my story. Actually, he would probably believe that before he believes anything that's coming out of her fucking mouth right now.
Much about me at that point. He said, "You need to leave, and don't you call anybody, and don't you say anything." He's like, "I'm giving you one chance." And she said she's gonna rat us off. She's gonna say something, and he was like, "Shut up." He was like,
I feel like it's, you ever see that movie, Dude, Where's My Car? Like, this is just, and then. How do you expect, but I guess it's not even stupidity, though. She's not, you could tell she's not a dumb person. It's just that narcissist, you're literally that insane that you think that you are smarter than everybody and you can make anybody believe anything. It's horrifying, actually. All comedy aside, it is scary.
you get one chance.
I'm still picturing DSP, though. All this big fiasco is going on. OJ's getting slapped around while taking a shit by a tank from Left 4 Dead 2, and DSP is just like, "Oh, up here, someone's getting murdered. There's too much sauce on this pulsating chicken." Oh! Then he actually walks by OJ as well, who's still taking a dump. "Yours truly here.
Wash your balls.
I just did wash him. I guess I'll have to wash him again. Thanks, DSP."
Jodi then leaves in her car. She, of course, doesn't mention the fact that she then left Travis a voicemail to give herself an alibi for not being there.
I was really scared. I was really freaked out of my mind.
Then I ordered Chinese food, and they did give me soy sauce for my white rice. And then I was really pissed.
I don't believe you. I came in here hoping that you would tell me the truth. And this is not the truth, Jodi.
This is all I know.
Does not make any sense.
I feel responsible because I feel that I could have done more.
I feel responsible because I shoved a knife into him at least 27 fucking times. No, that's why you're responsible. Literally the ridiculous story that involved a tank, Soulja Boy masturbating, Gabe Newell, and Philip DeFranco taking a shit on the bed is more believable than anything that has come out of your goddamn fucking mouth that you were literally trying to get this detective to believe. I would search for the fecal matter from Philip DeFranco's ass on a bedsheet first before I believed anything that came out of your mouth. Hopefully he doesn't shit on beds, but you never know.
I feel that I should have gotten help. I feel that I should have been stronger.
You feel responsible because you did this.
You did not.
Jodi, you did. You did.
Soulja Boy would also have like a smartphone in one hand while he was cranking his Soldier, refunding other live streamers, calling him out for his shit console. It was like, "Oh yeah, here's your 300 back through a super chat, and another 100 on top of it to mitigate the YouTube cut while you're cranking that Soldier." And Gabe Newell's just like, "Oh, you're refunding people. Good." Story is, it's all true, by the way, I swear. All happened. Promise.
And there's nothing you can say that'll change my mind at this point. This is an elaborate story which does not make...
You're a murderous bitch. Change my mind. Taking over for Steven Crowder, watch out.
Any sense. I've done this for a long time. And this is the most far-fetched story I've ever heard.
It's far... Yes. No. Yes. Yes, it is. Why am I saying no? Beat Halo on Legendary last night. Listened to your stream. Made it way less stressful. Thanks for doing these chill streams. They're as entertaining as Red Letter Media, in my opinion. Thank you very much. It's very humbling, and I appreciate that immensely, man. And damn, you beat on Legendary, too. I gotta... Well, I'm 40. I don't have to do shit. I'm old. And Tommy would also be completely oblivious. He would just, he would try while Soulja Boy is feverishly fapping. Tommy Tellerico would go over. Did I ever tell you about the Amigo? Ellen DeGeneres is going to be announcing it in a week. I swear to you. Steven Seagal has a television Amigo controller up his ass, and he loves the haptic feedback. Yeah, it feels real good, motherfucker.
And it's not going to help you. Is that how you want to leave this?
I just don't want my family to get hurt.
There is a reason why you did this, and you just refused to tell me why. Maybe because you are cold and calculated. There's no reason somebody else would come in and do this to him. There's no motive whatsoever. We haven't found any.
What is my motive?
Jealousy, anger, fear, if you're being alone, angry at him for not keeping you in his life. I don't know. That's why I'm trying to figure it out.
There's very obvious, she's trying to make it like it'd be so ridiculous for her to be angry. Like, no, you were jealous and you thought he was going on vacation with another woman. There's, for a jealous, psychotic fucking freak like you, there's plenty of motivation. Stop making it like there's nothing there. Why are you, well, you're insane. She's insane. She's fucked up in the head.
There are so many motives with you. Too many.
Jodi continues to give random details about the fictional assailants for a further 8 minutes without being asked. The detective then ends the interrogation.
See, I always thought I made up the post-nut clarity thing. Like, then maybe I did. Has that always been a phrase? Because I just thought of it one day. I never saw it. Like, yeah, post-nut clarity is real, man. Makes you think more logically after you bust no cons. I heard the Hodge twins got kicked off of YouTube. Is that true?
One was male, one was female. They were taller than me. Not by a whole lot.
Are you ready to go back?
Yeah, I guess I'd still like to say something to his family, but I don't think I have anything that could bring them comfort.
Okay.
Maybe I could write them a letter.
Even as the detective is leaving the room, Jodi attempts to add further credibility to the new narrative and gives more details of the two attackers.
I could give you the
so
best
many
description.
inconsistencies that I...
Oh my God, stop. I could give you the attacker. He had a large beard. I think his name was Gabe, and he had incredible nipples.
Good.
I don't even want to deal with right now.
Okay, I just don't want my family to get hurt.
Okay.
Well, you fucked up.
They won't get hurt.
Like you're not gonna. She's trying to throw. Oh, they're gonna chat. You're thinking anyway, due to your arrogance, that you're gonna send them on some another wild goose chase looking for someone that literally doesn't exist. That's what she's thinking. God, manipulation, man. But you suck at it.
You're hurting them right now by not telling me the truth. That's what you're doing. Okay?
Oops.
Detective Blaney comes...
How funny it would be if she just lifted up her fucking leg and farted. Like, he leaves the room and she's just like... Whoa! I think of weird shit.
Back with a...
Yeah, she goes with, I have a twin. That's what's next.
Pen and paper 3 minutes later. She was curious to see what Jodi would write to Travis's family. It ended up being a self-serving and whimsical paragraph about how sorry she was that she couldn't save Travis. The family were never given the letter. Jodi completely dissects and carefully examines the ham and cheese sandwich before she eats any of it, and as you've probably guessed by now, continues to behave in a rather unusual manner.
Why did you inspect the ham and cheese sandwich? Why? Then after she farts, she sniffs the air in satisfaction. Yeah, she's just like, I smell the hatred from my hole and I like it.
Oh!
Like, yo, what are they gonna do? Drug you? Like, people are fucking batshit crazy. No, well, no shit. She was like, damn it, is this honey ham?
Just have that for me. Okay. You ready to go?
I think so.
I guess that's really all I needed. Sorry. Don't roll the tape yet.
Why was he a good traveler?
It's so fucking weird. Just those little things, just like the mask slips so easily off of her, man. You see the demon right away. Good evening, just joining. She making sure there was no truth serum in it. Yeah, seriously. They got everything they need from you, man. They're not going to drug you now. Like, you're in federal custody, I believe. You're not, it's not the mafia holding you hostage.
Companion.
Oh, he was a great traveling companion for many reasons. Traveling with Travis was kind of like traveling with your own personal comedian or serenader.
Jodi not only stuck with her story about the assassination squad, she doubled down and agreed to every media request that came her way. She also stuck with the soft-spoken...
Because she's a narcissist. And she loves the fame, even if it ruins her.
Sweet-natured, Jesus-loving character that wouldn't hurt spiders, let alone human beings. But she...
Kumbaya, my lord. Kumbaya. Stab the motherfucker if he sticks his dick in anyone else, my lord. Kumbaya.
She once again fails to realize...
Review Violent Burps USA. You've heard nothing yet. Nothing.
This fake disposition doesn't match the situation whatsoever. If you were sitting in a squalid jail, wrongfully accused of murder, and as a result facing life in prison or even the death penalty, you wouldn't be acting like this. She's trying to come across as the innocent girl next door, but she just looks like a terrifying lunatic.
Yeah, and what's amazing to her is that this is all kosher because she's so disconnected with reality. She thinks this is this is normal. This is what you should do in a situation like this. And you couldn't tell her otherwise because she's delusional.
To know that he was stabbed some 27 times and shot once in the left cheek. Who could have done this to him?
I don't know.
Who do you think killed him?
I have no idea.
Jodi, you're pretty...
Yeah, you could. King of Burgers, good luck. I'll see you at your funeral.
calm sitting here. How are you managing to stay so calm?
Through my faith and through the knowledge of my own innocence. That's the only thing. I would be...
Oh, it's so fake and sacred. It's so weird that you think this is believable. Why does the Matrix come? Because of fucking Keanu, dude. Duh.
Shaking in my boots right now if I had to answer to God for such a heinous crime.
Jodi Arias killed Travis Alexander. There is no question about it.
This is Jodi's defense team, and what you just saw was the very beginning of their opening statement on the first day of her trial. The date is January 2nd, 2013, exactly 4 years, 6 months, and 2 days after Travis was murdered.
The $1 million question.
I'm not going to lie, that guy in the green shirt kind of looks like me.
is what would have forced her to do it.
They must have figured the assassination story wouldn't go down well with a jury, especially when confronted with the many steps Jodi took to get away with the murder. So the narrative has now changed for a third time, and the defense have to come up with a plausible explanation for Jodi's trail of deception. The hole she had dug herself into was exceptionally deep, and her attorneys are now crafting the rope to pull her out.
Jodi did not always tell the truth about what happened that night.
Jodi did not always? How about never? Are you fucking kidding me?
She was scared. Scared about what had happened and scared about what she had done. She had absolutely no experience with police interrogation before.
You don't say.
And so when they talked...
That was JCS's professional way of saying, no shit.
Talked to her, she wasn't always truthful.
Never
her fear
truthful.
And her panic about...
There are no ducks, there are only birds. I have another bird that will be emerging. I'm coming back stronger with the birds. I was going to roast this bird, and he was going to just be a Thanksgiving shtick, but he has pumpkins in his asshole. That is a quality bird that you keep and you hold on to and you cherish. Because money. Dude, that's the thing. Why do you think people hate lawyers? Because they'll defend the fucking devil themselves if there's a big enough check involved.
What had happened led her to tell different stories. Throughout this trial, you will learn more about Jodi Arias.
Although not everyone in Travis's family were devout Mormons, all of them were close.
Man, if looks could fucking kill, that would be a sort of shotgun, man.
He in particular had a very strong relationship with his sister Tanisha, and as you can probably tell, a picture can say 1,000 words.
Much more about Jodi. You will find that she is an articulate, bright young woman who is a very talented artist and photographer. And so what would have forced her to have to take Travis's life on that awful day? In order to answer that question, we have to go back to the beginning.
The bulk of the defense's opening was to paint Jodi as the naive victim and Travis as the calculated villain.
Being a Temple member and an executive director of prepaid legal, outward appearances would be very important to Travis. And so while he continued this...
Imagine being the family of Travis and looking at this defense team where she looks like someone who would try to desperately sell you furniture at Raymore and Flanagan, defending this piece of shit and trying to justify the fact that he was killed. I can't wipe the taste of asshole out of my mouth. Bird. Oh man, I sound like Badlands Chugs right now. Another applause. I know, Richard. I know it's how the system has to work, Richard, and I 110% stand behind it. But fuck. God, that would make me seethe. I understand that's how the system has to work, and I would wholeheartedly defend that system to work that way so everyone could have the right to a fair trial, but goddamn. Ooh, would it burn my asshole like putting a habanero up there. I would fart next to DSP and have him snort the habanero ass egg. So no, I agree with you that there has to be a defense, and I would fight like hell for there to be a defense, but it doesn't mean it doesn't make me want to bathe in fucking bleach.
Facade of being a good and virginal Mormon man, he was inwardly dealing with his own sexual issues. And in Jodi, he found somebody who was easily manipulated and controlled. Someone who would provide him with that secretive sexual relationship that he needed.
They also mentioned that Travis was violent with Jodi on several occasions.
So even if she ended up being a side chick, not saying that that's right, it doesn't mean he deserves death, though. Richard, you want to talk about if looks can kill, you should watch JCS War Machine. Oh my God. Oh yeah. That'll be the next one. I forgot about that one. That guy is fucked. Imagine having to defend War Machine. Your Honor, the defendant who legally changed his name to War Machine so people would know that he wants to kick their fucking head in. Is it? He's a peaceful man, I swear. The tapes of him saying that he wanted to choke the shit out of a 7-Eleven attendant because they didn't have a Slurpee there. That he actually likes to kiss puppies on his free time. He wears alpha male shit shirts to show his softer side. Get out of here. Yeah, he was just culturally misunderstood. No, I think he was understood. I know you're joking, but he was understood just fine as being a vile fucking juiced up piece of shit.
Occasions that he would fly into these sudden rages for almost no reason, and that Jodi was terrified of him. They end their statement with Jodi's latest account of how Travis was killed, which is now a case of justifiable self-defense. The attorney gets to the moment Jodi was taking pictures of Travis in the shower.
Jodi accidentally drops Travis's camera. And as that camera was falling, that was enough for Travis, because he lunged at Jodi in anger, knocking her to the ground in the bathroom where there was a struggle. Jodi's life was in danger. In just a minute from this picture, we go to the next picture, where it's Travis's body. He's
ninjas jumped out of the closet and tried to butt fuck everyone in there. Everyone, they were trying to butt fuck everybody. The Tank, O.J. Simpson, Soulja Boy. No one was gonna get away from the wrath of the butt fucking ninjas. They put Jodi within an inch of her life.
Clearly injured already in a minute. Now that very brief moment of time, a minute, is not the result of premeditation. In that 1 minute, had Jodi not been forced to defend herself, none of us would be here. In that 1 minute.
Yours truly here. No ninjas going near my asshole. I'll cut their fucking throat just like I did to Nicole, like I didn't do to Nicole. I am an innocent man.
Had Jodi not chosen to defend herself, she would not be here.
This is not a case of whodunit. The person who done it, the person who committed this killing, sits in court today. It's the defendant, Jodi Arias. And the person that she done it to is an individual by the name of Travis Victor Alexander, a former boyfriend of hers, an individual that she was.
Has the fat dude in the green shirt like moved an inch? I don't think he's even like moved his thumb. Like, is that just a giant lime of a mannequin, or is he awake? Like, did he get one of those Cinco sleeping baths from Tim and Eric, where it's supposed to like look like you're awake, but you're actually sleeping behind it? I understand. And he's just like, he's putting his finger on the button. So if anyone, did you actually hear what the prosecution had to say right there? I understand. He hasn't moved a thumb.
in love with. An individual that was a good man. An individual that was one of the greatest...
All right, he has now moved that it's confirmed he is alive.
blessings in her life. And this love, well, she rewarded that love for Travis Victor Alexander by sticking a knife in his chest. And you know, he was a good man, according to her. And with regard to being a good man, well, she slit his throat.
No, I mean, look, man, you go after cases like this, you know they're a lose. I guess it's just how, well, no, isn't she doing life in prison without the possibility of parole? I guess we'll find out, huh?
As a reward for being a good man. And in terms of these blessings, well, she knocked the blessings out of him by putting a bullet.
By the way, I'm not fat shaming, but let's just, like, I don't know. If you're a defense attorney, should you really, like, I sit like this during my streams, so eat my ass. But that dude is just like, yo, I don't, like, can you look any more like you don't want to be there? At least the other lawyer is like, E for effort, miss, I look like I'm from, Raymore and Flanagan, and I'm trying to sell you a love seat set.
In his head. She took the knife and began to stab him when he was in that defenseless sitting position.
This is very important to take note of. The prosecution just referred to this, the last photograph of Travis alive. Their argument is that Jodi either asked him to sit down or at least waited for him to sit down before she began her attack. She knew Travis had to be in a disadvantaged position before she commenced her assault. And
oh yeah, this was plotted. She's an evil motherfucker. This was he is hiding his ketchup stain. Stop. I'm not, like, I'm just saying, he's just sitting there, he's just like
And the prosecution's argument is that it was at this moment when Travis received a stab wound to the heart. He would have then began to rapidly lose consciousness from that point forward. He attempted to protect himself and escape, but he was soon overwhelmed by his attacker due to the rapid blood loss. The pool of blood outside his bathroom reinforces the argument that his throat was cut after the stabbings, and a coroner's report, which will be revealed in more detail later on, concludes that Travis was in all likelihood shot in the head last. Jodi's version, on the other hand, has to be that Travis was shot first. The reason for this will
always be self-defense.
Also be explained later on.
And began and stuck the knife in his chest. He struggled. He grabbed the knife. And when he grabbed the knife, of course that resulted in more blood. I pushed the girl who was there, and I was able to get the better of her, and I was about to run out, get out and go get some help. Except that I was then confronted by the guy. This guy started looking through my purse.
Yeah, we'd all be in a coma.
And lo and behold, in my purse, believe it or not, I happen to have my car registration that shows my address, because that's what I carry around. So they knew, they being...
I could see. Look, she may be the nicest person on the planet, that defense lawyer there, Miss Raymore and Flanagan. But I just see, like, venom in her eyes, though, man. I would not want to cross that woman. She holds vendettas.
This guy knew.
And a lot of fucking hairspray. And she got shoulder pads on like it's 1994. Press F in the chat. Yo, is this a training video for, like, fucking, like, Leechmere from 1993?
Knew exactly where I lived. And he said to me, well, if you tell what happened here, the same thing's going to happen to your family. There's a different story now. Now, it's not that she wasn't there. Now, it's not that it's two people with whatever variation she may have provided to these national shows. Now, she admits it. It was her. She's the person who actually did this. And even though she says that, she still has a view as to the evidence. And this is exhibit number 248.
No jury is going to convict me
Why not?
because I'm innocent. And
She's so crazy, man. I thought that was like something from a fucking soap opera. It took a second to compute it was her. Like, I was like, why are they showing like Days of Our Lives? Oh, it's Jodi just being really bad at acting.
you can mark my words on that one. No jury will convict me.
I also ask that.
You mark? No, are you kidding me? Holy shit.
You mark her words while you're marking.
Man, if she didn't go down the murderous path, she would make a great politician. She could lie her way through anything.
The guilty verdict for her premeditated killing of Travis Alexander.
Jodi spent 18 days on the stand. When she knew what questions were coming, and when completely uncontested, she was very much in her element. She was able to respond to the questions instinctively, and her dialogue came out in a confident and natural manner. You could tell she had each and every one of her responses planned to a T, and had considerable faith that her manipulative prowess would ultimately save her.
I don't know why, but they were Spider-Man, and
At this point in the trial, the defense had already detailed how Travis was physically abusive, sexually overbearing, and a deep-seated pedophile. Jodi stated that she caught him on his computer looking at images of children, and that Travis had even asked her to wear Spider-Man underwear during sex. The next segment is Jodi's supposed theory as to why Travis had sex.
And you know she's full of shit about everything. Imagine her making allegations that he was a pedophile looking at child porn, and there's nothing. Oh, again, I know that everyone needs to be defended. Everyone has the right to a fair and speedy trial. I understand that, and that's the way it needs to be, and I wholeheartedly agree. But goddamn, you murder someone and you're trying to throw their name through the mud to save your own ass? Fuck you. She stabbed him, slit his throat, and shot it. Oh, and she tried to dispose of the evidence, best case of self-defense. Yeah, it's just ridiculous, man. It's just insane.
Such a request.
I do know, however, that prior...
I hear she's single, though, by the way.
The year prior, there was a child he was close with that really liked Spider-Man. I don't know if that had anything to do with it, but he was very much into Spider-Man.
This is the reason why she never left Travis after finding out about his pedophilic urges.
I was under the impression that when he was able to sleep with a woman as opposed to fantasizing about a child, he felt like more normal as a man. So also I had seen prior to this incident many beautiful qualities about him and good qualities about him and things that were attractive about him. And I believed that this incident was a negative part of himself that he didn't want to foster, or that he was fighting or struggling against, and that he ultimately wanted to eradicate.
So just to clarify what she actually said, her understanding...
She's actually more dangerous than someone like Jeffrey Dahmer. I mean, he's a disgusting, vile human being. But at least when he was interviewed, he was aware. And he's like, I know I was a horrible... Like, she doesn't care that she's a horrible person. He, at least from the interviews I watch, had some guilt about it. And he was like, she's just like, I want to get away with murder. I murdered him, and I will do whatever I need to do to save my own ass, even though I committed a heinous act. I understand, and you could look at what Jeffrey Dahmer did, and yeah, it is incomprehensible how someone could do that to another human being. I'm not taking away from what he did, but in terms of how just evil... Like, not only will I kill you, I'll make you look horrible after I kill you to try to defame you even more.
standing in support of nature was the reason she stayed in a relationship with an unashamed pedophile. She kept it a complete secret, hoping he would change, all the while he was being physically and emotionally abusive on a regular basis. She's tearing down his character, but trying to do so in a subtle manner. She gives off the impression that she's holding back on his detraction to preserve some of his reputation, when she's actually trying to destroy it as much as she possibly can. This is Jodi's version of events that led up to the killing in her own words. It's important to note that when you rehearse something in your head repeatedly, it can be as though it actually happened. And as we know, Jodi had nothing but time on her hands for the last 4.5 years. The clip will begin at the moment she dropped Travis's camera.
It slipped. It was kind of like, the best I could describe it, like when you go to catch a football but it bounces and you kind of fumble it a little, because it didn't slip and just drop. It slipped and I tried to catch it and it kind of bounced a little and then fell on the ground and bounced and rolled onto the tile. It fell first on the mat, then it rolled right onto the tile. The mat isn't very big, it's just kind of right outside the shower at that point.
Yeah, but this is all sketch, because who the fuck remembers all this shit?
He got very angry and he stepped out of the
Even in a traumatic situation, this is like excessive detail.
shower. He lifted me up from the crouch position with enough force that my feet came off the ground momentarily, and he body slammed me on the tile. At that point I rolled and I ran down the hallway. I ran into the closet. I slammed the door. I start running. If you are looking at the diagram, it would be on the left side of the seat. I began running that way with my initial intent to probably run out this door. I instead went for the gun.
According to Jodi, a gun was hidden above the shelves in Travis's closet. She had discovered it a month earlier while cleaning.
I grabbed the gun. Right about then, Travis was opening the door. I grabbed it. I ran out into the bathroom. He ran, I believe, straight toward the door as well. At that point, I had run out of the bathroom, and I turned, and I just wanted him to stop, so I pointed the gun at him, hoping that that would just make him halt. And it didn't. Instead, he lunged at me right around the time that the gun went off, and I didn't mean for it to go off.
This is why her version has to be that Travis was shot first. According to her, it was all an accident. There was no intention to actually kill, and Travis's death was the unintended result of his own senseless aggression. So you might be wondering how she can explain the 27 stab wounds and the laceration to his throat.
We fell with pretty good force down in the corner, near 15, but not quite that close. It was kind of near the sink, kind of, sort of that area. And he fell kind of on top of me, but to my right. I didn't want him to get on top of me. He was grabbing at my clothes. He was trying to get on top of me. I don't know where the gun went at that point. It was not in my hands anymore. If it got knocked out of my hands or if I dropped it, what? I broke away from him, and as soon as the moment I broke away, that's when he threatened my life.
Just to be clear on what Jodi is talking about, after she accidentally shot Travis in the head, he wrestled her to the floor, but she then managed to
accidentally shot in the head. How does that even happen?
Break away, at which point he screamed the words, "I'll fucking kill you, bitch."
I'd have no clear memories after that, at all. Things began to get really foggy after the gun went off.
So there it is, her explanation as to why she slit the throat and continued stabbing the man she had no intention of killing is that she can't remember. The trauma of the situation caused complete memory loss, but she's able to detail how terrified she was right before her recollection goes blank.
It's hard to describe the fear. It was like mortal terror. It really was. When he was trying to get on top of me, I thought he was, and then he threatened my life. I really thought he had intentions to kill me. So I don't remember any specifics of what happened right after that point.
This is her explanation as to why she never called the police once she came to her senses, and also why she went to such lengths in order to cover up her involvement.
I didn't want people to know the kinds of things that were going on in our relationship. I felt that if I told police Travis attacked me, I would have to give explanation as to why he attacked me. And if I gave explanation as to why, I would have to go back through the different incidents that we'd gone through and how those things didn't really begin until after I walked in on him. I believe they were related, and I didn't ever want to go there. So...
Such a weak-ass fucking... Yeah, I mean, it would have to be like it just like grazed the side of his head and didn't actually go in his skull for him to be functioning after that. Like, come on, man.
It was all convoluted, and I thought that by saying that would open the door to that, to that, to that. And I didn't want to de-edify him.
So just to abbreviate what she said, it was all to protect Travis's reputation. She asserts that she was so upset.
I named my PC Gaben. You gotta paint Gaben on the side, though, for it to be real. Just letting you know.
Upset by the event that she became suicidal and would detail 4 different occurrences in which she tried, but ultimately failed to kill herself. The first attempt was intended to be by self-inflicted gunshot, and Jodi connects it to the registered gun police found in her bedroom after the arrest.
I was going to wait until I left Wairika and got to the Salinas or Monterey area so that it didn't happen right in my family's own backyard, so to speak. And I was leaving for that area the morning I was arrested, actually.
Her other attempts supposedly happened when she was in jail.
I had written out all my suicide letters. I sent my note, I sent them all in an envelope to my grandmother's. Do not open until November 10th, 2008. I was hoping to be dead by then. I was like giving myself a little time to get my affairs in order.
Oh, dude, we have a caveman. That guy looks like... Yo. He looks like he just got out of bed and just said, fuck it. If he's a family member, I apologize. I'm sure what they're going through is awful, but that guy, is that the jury? Is that the jury? If that's a family member, I apologize. But anyway, I gotta piss real quick. It's that RGT85. The real Encino Man. Like, again, look, I'm not that much of a facetious asshole. If that's the family, I apologize. But if that's a jury, that guy is a fucking legend.
Be dead by then. I was like giving myself a little time to...
I believe that is the jury, because I don't see the other family that was there before, unless it's a completely different angle. No, I don't see anybody, and they don't look they look bored and not emotional enough. So I'm pretty sure that's the jury. One of these things is not like the other. One of these things do not belong. Like, it was just because man, you know how jury duty fucking works. Like, they fucking drag you into this shit, and this guy was just like, yo, I'm not combing my hair. I am coming in here and looking like Moses and Encino Man combined. He was like, they are paying me like $3 fucking a day to be here, and I'm required to be here like by law. They are lucky I even showered, let alone groomed. They wouldn't show the jury. But who is this then? Because I don't see it unless it's like another. But and again, look, I'm not looking to make fun of someone who was victimized by this by any stretch. I thought it was the jury. I didn't see the family there. But I don't know, this dude is a legend.
Get my affairs in order. I had asked for extra laundry so I could stuff it around my body because there was somebody sleeping below me and I didn't.
Like, was this on national TV? Because it was closed circuit and just recorded, maybe. Because I see Maricopa County.
Want anything to like, I didn't want anything to.
Jodi Arias, more like Joe, man. Let's not look. She's a monster. Fuck her titties. Wait, I didn't mean it like. You know what I meant? Who gives a shit? You blew it, Sparta remix.
You blew it. You blew it. You blew it.
Get on her. So I stuffed it around my body and got under my blankets with my razor. I never did it, obviously. I'm still here, but I was getting comfortable and I was really pissed at myself because I wanted to just...
No, I really didn't mean it like that. I swear.
I just wanted to be done.
The final strategy from the defense is to portray self-blame from the defendant. It's a subtle ploy to make it seem as though she's not even trying to appear innocent, and thus give credibility to everything she had.
And plus, yo, straight up, I mean this too. If that was the family that they were showing that were victimized by this bitch, I thought that was like a jury shot because that guy just looked. He didn't look like he was angry at anything. He just looked like he was bored by everything. He kind of looked like the bum. Oh yeah, caveman jury. But if it is a jury, that was fun.
Stated up to this point.
Have you forgiven yourself for not finding?
Yes, I won't look at it now, but yes.
Another way out of the situation you found yourself in on June 4th.
No, I think that if I just...
I can't believe I said that. It's funny because I genuinely didn't mean it. I think you can tell by the timing of what I said that I didn't mean it. Who cares about her titties? Fuck her titties! It's at this time that Moist Critical has entered the chat. Is everything with him used to be about titties? Maybe it still is.
Left before any of that happened. I have a million regrets. I mean, I was
100 terabytes of child porn, and what should scare you even more is how many monsters out there were creating that porn. I'm sure maybe he was too, and he was one of those monsters, but there's so many, man. There's so many.
I was scared of him and I reacted, but I will always regret everything about that.
Do you blame yourself for not taking some other alternative measures?
Yes. I think maybe if I'd handled the gun properly and I meant to just point it at him. I thought it was...
That also kind of sounded like a... That sounded like a fucking Tourette's guy saying too. Dad, she's a killer. Don't, like his son saying to him in the background, like you don't see the son. Dad, she's a killer. Don't talk about her titties. Fuck her titties! That was such a Tourette's guy. I could so picture him saying that if he was like watching the trial and they had like a skit.
Stop him. And maybe he wouldn't have gotten as angry as he did. Maybe he wouldn't have threatened to kill me. I don't know.
Ma'am, do you remember having a conversation with Detective Flores of the Mesa Police?
She looks like a murderous librarian.
Department back on July 15th of 2008?
Yes.
And this was the day that you were arrested, right?
Yes.
What's fascinating about this prosecutor's approach is that the vast majority of his cross-examination doesn't even challenge Jodi's new storyline. He simply asks specific questions within it. He puts a microscope under certain elements and lets the absurdity of it all speak for itself.
And during that time, you told him something, and let's take a look at it right now.
Kermit the Frog here, so I'm going to have my hands in my pockets and kind of look like Bill Gates.
You have no idea how proud I am if it inadvertently made you say that. And dude, I swear on my kids, I did not fucking mean that shit. And I'm gonna stop with that. I've been doing it way too much. Stop cheering. We need more balls, Phil.
Watch your balls.
That's better. I feel better now. I got way too much clapping tonight. I need to stop. You're right. I hear you. I'm spamming this cheers too much. At least I should have other cheers. But I look and all of them sound like it's like there's no good samples. I got to find some. I dig and it's like it sounds like people like Jeb Bush is begging the audiences to clap where the sound samples are coming from. There's like, please clap. Oh, well, that's enthusiastic. That's just going to rear people up.
I think you can help us.
I would love to help you in any way that I can.
Okay.
That's not true, is it?
I don't know. I guess it depends on what help means.
Yes or no? Were you there to help him?
I don't know.
Were you there to tell the truth?
No.
That wasn't the truth, was it? That you were there to help him, was it?
No, that was not the truth.
You'll notice that Jodi has a hard time agreeing to details that actually conform to her own narrative. The tone of the prosecutor puts her on the defensive, and she tries her best to avoid agreeing with what he's saying, even though the actual context of his dialogue correlates with her own defense.
And in fact, you were there for a different purpose. You were there so that he wouldn't get the truth, right?
No, I was there against my will.
There's nothing that the detective ever did to get you to say whatever it was that you said at the first interview, right?
Not that I recall.
Well, again, we're with the memory issue. Ma'am, are you having problems remembering what happened back on July 15th of 2008?
No.
So he didn't do anything then, right?
Anything what?
What are we talking about, ma'am? Are you again having problems understanding what's going on?
Your Honor, if she can't understand his questions, that's...
Overruled. To me, answer.
The questions are pretty fucking straightforward. I would make her answer.
I don't understand his question.
Random man in blue shirt totally fucking agrees with me. It's like if this wasn't real, I would think this was like a very long Tim and Eric skit.
Ma'am, the detective didn't do anything during the interview to cause you to lie, right?
No.
So with this interview, you then started to talk about whether or not you had been in Arizona, right?
Yes.
You said no, you hadn't been in Arizona, right?
That's right.
That's an absolute lie, right?
Yes.
And the reason that you didn't want to admit to being in Arizona is because you knew that you had killed Travis Alexander, right?
Yes.
I mean, generally, 99% of the time you're lying because you're guilty of the crime that you're being, unless it's like, say you were innocent, but you were like, no, I didn't kill that person, but I was smoking crack while a hooker was fisting my ass, which are both the illegal things that I don't want to tell you about. But like, so that guy may be innocent who was getting his ass fisted, but he was just doing something else nefarious he doesn't want to tell law enforcement. But generally the person who's telling the lie means I'm the guilty one, I did it. So it's over usually. It should, well, it should be. They obviously have to prove it beyond a reasonable doubt because our system would collapse if they didn't. But it's like, come on.
Ma'am, after that interview, you then had another chance to have a conversation with Detective Flores the next day, right?
Yes.
And again, it was a voluntary...
A hooker fisting the ass. Well, depending, what's the only place that prostitution is legal? I think it's only Nevada, right?
Great conversation, wasn't it?
Yes.
And it was the same situation as the day before, right? He sat down, he asked you questions, right?
Yes.
That's when you changed your story, didn't you?
Yes.
Because you did not want any consequences with regard to the killing of Travis Alexander, right?
Of Gabby to make fun of millennials and social media influencers, such a sad and bitter man. Who is Gabby Petito? I gotta look that up. Why is that driving me fucking crazy? Gabby Petito. Gabby Petito. Oh, yeah. I didn't know what the hell. I don't know what's going on with that, though, with Bill Maher, so I can't.
I wasn't concerned about consequences at that point.
That's the one, like, her fiance killed her or something like that?
That wasn't my goal, so...
Well, was your goal to go to prison?
Bill Maher has been a fucking turd for a while.
Not a physical prison on Earth, no. I was trying to kill myself, I think.
Ma'am, you've said that many times, that you tried to kill yourself, right? In court.
I don't know that many, but I've recounted a time that I did.
You've said it more than 3, 4, 5 times, right?
Perhaps.
It's very interesting to see which questions she tries to avoid, or which statements she outright refuses to concur with. Her suicidal tendencies were such a huge part of her own testimony, yet she just can't bring herself to agree with what was a very straightforward question from the prosecutor. The amount of times she spoke about suicide should be of no concern, unless, of course, she had an agenda behind it.
And, you know, you're speaking about how you want to end your life multiple times. You would think that, I don't know, like you'd be a little more emotional about it if you're really in that dark of a place. Like, she's just so detached, so fucking detached.
When a specific topic such as this gets brought up, she all of a sudden becomes highly cautious in how she responds. Cross-examination on the actual killing started on day 39. At this moment, Jodi has already explained that she dropped the camera, was body-slammed by Travis, rolled away, and had just ran into the closet to get the gun.
So then you just said that you were going over to the closet area to get the gun, right?
The corner.
The corner, right? And as you are in that corner, he's coming in through the door, right?
Yes.
But man, this is a very small closet, isn't it?
No, it's bigger than the cell that I live in.
It's bigger than what?
It's bigger than the cell that I live in. It's not a small closet.
Ma'am, we don't want to know where you live in. Do you understand that?
I'm just using that as reference.
It's, yeah, and he's shooting. You know what she's trying to look at the, I'm a victim. I'm suffering. That's why she threw that in. Get the fuck out of here.
It's not small.
Do you understand? Did I ask you where you were living?
No.
And he's trying to throw that out there, like, shut the fuck up with that, because he knew what he was. He's smart. He knew what she was trying to do. Woe is me. Wah. I'm a murderer and got caught. Fuck off.
We're clear, right? We do not want to know where you're living right now. You understand that?
Okay, sorry.
You run into the bathroom, don't you?
Yes.
You're in a hurry, right?
Yes.
You want to get away, right?
I want him to not get close to me.
Well, you want to get away. That's what's going on, right?
I want him to not get near me. That's what's going on.
And so what you do then is, according to you, is you then go in here and then you pivot, right? Or turn around.
Yes.
You have the gun. Which hand do you have the gun in?
Both.
So you have it out like this with both hands outstretched?
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
And so you have the gun outstretched, and he's still not there yet, right? He's still in the closet.
Yeah, this prosecutor's pretty dope. He's poking his finger through every one of her fucking holes. Again, I swear my kids, I did not mean that. Poking holes in her story.
He's coming out the door as I turn.
So he's at the door now, right? And according to you, he is on you when you shoot him, right?
Not quite on me. I think the gun went off and then he impacted me right shortly after that.
And in fact, according to your testimony on direct, he falls on top of you, right?
He lunges at me like a linebacker.
Jodi used this linebacker analogy a number of times throughout the trial. The prosecutor now asks...
Nice peppering of the language to make him seem more aggressive.
...her to give a visual example. It appeared to have no real tactical purpose, but it was certainly a welcome and somewhat...
And magically, Jodi goes from murderous bitch to social studies teacher in high school with those shoulder pads.
comical distraction for the viewers at home amid the graphic testimony.
As he was
No,
running...
just show me. That's what I'm asking you to do, not talk. Show me. Show me the linebacker pose.
He got down.
Look at your lawyers in desperation, Jodi. You sure as fuck need to. She only got 30 years, so I guess we'll find out. I'm finishing this motherfucker tonight. I don't care. We're almost there, man.
Well, show me the linebacker pose. That's what I'm asking for you to do.
Okay. He went like that, and he turned his head, and he grabbed my waist.
Just like that, correct?
Pretty much.
And he grabbed your waist, right?
I can't say it's just like that, but that's what I remember.
Well, no, just, I want, without talking, just show me the pose.
He got down like that.
Like that?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and have a seat then. After he came at you, ma'am, and that happened, did you go down?
We both went down.
And he's still not dead, right?
Definitely not. He's very angry.
He's very angry, and this is seconds afterwards, right?
Yes.
Is he on all fours now?
He's on the side of me, grabbing at my clothes and grabbing at me.
What happens then?
Where was he shot in the head? Because we could just throw all this out the window. If he took a bullet right here, she said she shot him first, and that's when he lunged after her, right? Magically, miracle bullet to the head. He's still functioning, right? If the bullet was right here, I don't think that her ex was doing any of this. Call me fucking crazy. Left cheek? Still, man, you would need to be fighting through a lot of pain if he was lucky to survive that. Come on. You just found a lot of desperate version men that are very, very incel is what you fucking found.
Then
I break away from him and he screams out, "Fucking kill you, bitch."
And then what do you do?
I don't really remember. I just remember... I don't remember anything at that point, so I would be speculating.
So you don't remember a single solitary thing after that, right?
The prosecutor for the next several hours would argue the improbability of that being the case. The memory loss caused by trauma would put Jodi's mind in a state of disorganized chaos. Yet her next steps were highly calculated, as we all know. Even going by her own narrative, she knew exactly where to strike Travis with a knife in order to kill him. She also cleaned down the crime scene and deleted the photos from Travis's camera. This argument...
Yeah, obviously, that's not someone who was doing some shit in self-defense,
took over 3 hours to conduct and had to be explained through the scope of...
Yeah, he would. The chances are probably zero almost that he would be talking, even if he survived a bullet to the left cheek. Like, fucking come on, man.
Mathematics and science. On paper, it was perhaps the most damning part of cross-examination, yet it was so complicated that much of the testimony could have been lost with a jury. It was in fact the start of day 44 that had the most impact. It involved the time span between the two photographs taken on Travis's camera by accident. The prosecutor's argument is that Jodi would not have enough time to carry out her version of events. He will first get her to recount all of these events in detail, and as she is doing so, will be oblivious to the prosecutor's closing argument. She will begin digging her own grave without realizing it, and it's important to note that all of what she is about to recount occurred in just 62 seconds.
This Exhibit 161 is when the camera, according to you, actually hit the ground, right?
I don't know if it's hitting the ground as that photo was taken or not.
So you don't know how this photograph was taken then, right?
It could have been when I was trying to catch it. I don't know.
At some point, the camera hits the ground, right?
Yes.
That's what you told the jury, right?
It hits the mat, yes, and rolls to the top.
Ma'am, yes or no? Didn't you tell the jury that the camera hit the ground near the shower? Yes or no?
No. I said it landed on the mat.
Is that near the shower?
Yes.
Is the mat on the floor near the shower?
Yes.
And the camera hitting the mat, would that be near the shower?
Yes.
And you then said that Mr. Alexander became very upset, right?
Yes.
And that that's what started this whole thing out, because he sort of stepped out of the shower and then came after you, right?
He picked me up.
That's coming after you, isn't it? And according to you, those movements culminated or continued when he grabbed you and put you down on the ground, right?
Yes.
And as a result of that, you said that you bumped your head or hit your head, right?
Yes.
And that maybe it knocked the wind out of you, right?
Yes.
And that you were in fear at that point, right?
Yes, very much.
And that you were able to fight him off so that you could get away, right?
I rolled.
You roll away and you begin to run down the hallway, right?
Yes.
And then you went into the closet, right?
Both of her lawyers are now matching, by the way. Queen shoulder pads and Captain Lime are in sync. Did they decide to be green and festive to maybe, oh, look, we're cheery, so let Jodi go free. I believe, according to he was shot above the right eye. Oh, get the fuck out then. He was dead.
Correct.
According to you, that's where you went and obtained the gun, right?
Yes.
When you went into the bathroom, you were able to turn around, if you will, and now you had the gun in your hands, right? That's what you told us, right?
Yes.
And that's when he was coming at you in this linebacker pose, right?
Around that time, yes.
And that's when you shot him in the face, right?
Yeah, that's when the gun went off.
So then, according to you, he fell on top of you, right?
Yes, I like birds.
It was kind of on top, but maybe more to the right. I don't know. It wasn't directly on top of me. I was trying to prevent him from getting on top of me.
And that's when the memory issue started, correct? Right?
I'd say that.
Actually, ma'am, the way you describe that, it's impossible for the killing to have happened in that manner, isn't it?
Objection argumentative.
No, that's just according to you.
You'll notice that Jodi evades the majority of the questions in this next segment. She
Yeah, someone else said that too.
starts to realize the argument put forward is making complete sense, and will at all costs avoid saying yes to most of the points laid out for her. It's as though she knows a fundamental part of her storyline is about to be exposed.
We know that there's some action that is going on at 5:31:14, right? Something's going on, right?
Yes.
We also know that Exhibit 162 is 5:32:16, which is a minute and 2 seconds later, correct?
Correct.
So you've now shot him. You've told us that the fog is rolling in and that you have no memory. You still don't know where the knife is, do you?
I don't remember a lot from that period. It could be.
Right, but you told us before that period even that you didn't know where the knife was. Do you remember just telling me that?
Today, as I sit here, I don't remember where the knife was. On June 4th, I might have remembered where it was.
Bullshit. You would remember, okay, you may have blanked out, but that if you remembered that detail before, you would remember it's a traumatic experience. Shut the fuck up. You were completely lying out of your ass. I will not accidentally make another sexual joke about Jodi Arias, so fuck you.
Do you remember a cross-examination that I asked you if you knew where the knife was on June 4th? And you said, no, I don't remember where the knife was. And so as you shot Mr. Alexander, you by necessity then have to go look for the knife, don't you?
I don't know the answer to that.
Well, you didn't have the knife in your hand when you shot him. Did you?
Sustained.
Did you have the knife in your hand when you shot him?
Objection argumentative. It's the same question.
Overruled.
No, I did not.
So that means that if you didn't have the knife in your hand, you
need some bird love. Hope Jay will recover soon. Yeah, he'll be okay, man. It's just, and like I said, it's at a time a year where we would have been slowing down anyway. Like I said in the beginning of the stream, there's actually news tomorrow that I will be editing, which I'm more than capable of doing. But generally, like this is it. Like it's Christmas. Like developers are shutting down. There's not as much tech stories out there anyway. Obviously I'll have some reviews and shit up or stuff like that. But Oh, I didn't give you birds. I didn't give you birds. Birds.
You needed to go get it from somewhere, right?
I guess. I don't know.
No. There's no guessing here now. If you didn't have it in your hand and you just shot him and you rolled away, right?
Objection, argumentative.
State.
You do then agree.
Objection, Your Honor. I have never once shaven my chin.
That if you didn't know where the knife was, and Mr. Alexander didn't have it, it would take time for you to go find that knife, wouldn't it?
Objection, argumentative.
Overruled. I don't know. I don't know where the knife was.
Right. Since you didn't know where the knife was, it would take time to go find it.
I actually kind of think her defense lawyer with the shoulder pads is pretty good looking. Maybe I'm just tired, but...
Irrespective of where it was, wouldn't it?
I guess under that theory.
Sure, under that theory. It would take time, right?
Yeah, I guess.
And what you're telling us, under your scenario, is that in 62 seconds, you get body slammed, you do whatever.
This dude is dope, man. He is, like I said before, he is picking everything apart. He is picking the meat off the bones of her bullshit story.
Whatever you do, but you get away. You run down the hallway. You go in the closet. You grab a...
You are guilty of something and you see this guy walking through the room to be the prosecutor in your case, your butthole better be fucking puckering because it's about to get fucked.
Gun. You back up. You shoot Mr. Alexander.
Yeah, he sounds kind of... Yeah, you shoot Mr. Alexander. Bill, were you friends with Jeffrey Epstein? Well, he's dead, so don't worry about it. Did I mention I help fund machines that make water from shit? No pressure, though. Tastes delicious, by the way.
He goes down, he's still pawing at you and saying, fucking kill you, bitch. And then, after you're able to get away, you go get the knife. And he ends up at the end of the hallway, all in 62 seconds. That's what you're telling us?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
I love how her defense lawyer, the woman who looks like, again, she'd be selling you furniture at Raymore and Flanagan. She's like shaking her head saying, like, what are you talking? You know she's stop. You know this is garbage. You know this story is garbage. You don't actually believe it was self-defense. Stop shaking your head. I mean, unless that's part of her act, which, hey, at that point, I guess I must say bravo. I know. Trump used to say, Jeffrey Epstein likes them tremendously young, which made my cock tremendously hard.
Saying, and he didn't say fucking.
It's like, what a weird thing to say, too, that if Ivanka wasn't my daughter, I'd date her. Like, bitch, she is your daughter, and that's weird, dude. Don't say something like that.
Kill you bitch till I got away. And
pardon?
He didn't say fucking kill you bitch until after I got away. You said he said it before I broke away, but he said it right as I broke away.
She just created a non-argument for the purpose of deflecting from the primary contention. Whether or not Travis said those words before or after she broke away has no bearing whatsoever on the prosecutor's assertion, which he now reiterates.
And then you had to go get the knife.
You will get 8 farts. Times fucking 1,000. Your dad was a bird. I don't tell lies.
For everything to occur so that we got here.
I don't know what's all the particulars of what's going on in that picture, so I can't even say if that's true or not.
You might be thinking Jodi has an argument here, that perhaps Travis was only shot and not stabbed. This would have given reason for the blood, and contend that Jodi wouldn't have had to go looking for the knife. But the medical examiner found little to no bleeding at the site of the bullet track. The probable reason for this is that Travis was already dead. But there are also medical phenomena that could still prove Jodi's narrative to be true. What she can't prove, however, is that this blood came from the gunshot.
You say that he gets shot, right?
That's correct.
Goes down, and you describe for us that he's pawing at you, and then you're able to sort of stand up, fucking kill you, bitch, and then the fog rolls in, right?
No, then I have no memory. The fog was already there.
The fog was already there.
The queen shoulder pads on her defense team is just like, she just rolled her eyes like, yeah, I'm getting zero money from this case. We're fucked. Because let me tell you something, man. If they got this psycho off, they would have been like top tier defense lawyers. They would have been up there with like Johnny Cochran at that point.
And did you or did you not have the knife with you?
I did not.
And you obtained it at some other point when you can't tell us, right?
It would appear that way, yes.
You say it would appear that way. Let's be clear, there wasn't anybody else there, right?
That's correct.
And you did stand up at some point. You remember telling us that, right?
I believe I did.
And when you stood up, he was still on the ground, right?
I don't recall looking back.
Pardon?
I don't recall looking back.
So you were, even though he's still a threat to you, according to you, and he's just threatened your life, you turn your back on the threat?
Yeah, I'm trying to get away.
This was the time she stated verbatim, the fog was already there. Yet when she feels threatened by a question, she all of a sudden has a vivid recollection. The element of the time span between the two photographs
That's a major fuck up.
Goes on for another 45 minutes, yet the full context of the argument had already been asserted by this point, and perhaps strengthened by Jodi's defensive posture throughout the entire exchange.
When a battered woman is attacked and they're defending their life, they don't know when to stop. Travis Alexander's body was stabbed 27 times. It may be that Jodi Arias didn't know when to stop.
Thank you very much, Frosty Kid. I know what you meant. Thank you.
This individual, the defendant, Jodi Ann Arias, killed Travis Alexander. And even after stabbing him over again, and even after slashing his throat from ear to ear, and then even after taking a gun and shooting him in the face, she will not let him rest in peace. But now, instead of a gun, instead of a knife, she uses lies. This is an individual who is manipulative. This is an individual who will stop at nothing and will continue to be manipulative and will lie at every turn and at every occasion that she has. Everything in this case points to the fact that it did not happen. There are no medical reports, there are no friends, there is no one that can come in and say anything about that. There are no medical records, there is absolutely nothing.
Yeah, that he was abusive. There's no one that you see would like, come on. She would have had someone in that courtroom in a heartbeat.
There is a direct strike to his neck, which is an indication of somebody who is thinking, this person's not going to live. He may get away from me in the shower. He may get away from me all the way to the sink. And he may stumble his way down that hallway. But you know, I caught him. And now, rather than stabbing him anywhere else, right here. So it's a very well orchestrated kill. The other thing that she did is that she created
Yeah, this is
a
I
lie
gotta hear this one.
that really involves behavior that is a hot button kind of topic. How horrific it is to be accused falsely of being a pedophile. It's not here. He's not here to say, no, that's not true. And so Snake goes to the computer and doesn't find anything there. Oh, no, I changed my mind. It was actually images. First of all, her journal indicates that there wasn't such an event. Second of all, the text messages also indicate the same thing. And what human being,
just to save her ass, would throw that claim at you? It's such a weak, disgusting. I hate anybody that you see that all over the internet too, when people try to throw someone else under the bus. Oh well, it's just so gross. It's so gross. That makes me hate her more than ever, I should say, actually. But like, that's why I'm saying she's worse than Jeffrey Dahmer. He was a monster. He was insane. But she, like, not only will I kill, she would have done this again if she got out of prison. She would have done this again, without a doubt. Not only is she not remorseful, she's willing to defame the person that she slaughtered.
if that is the allegation, if they really are caring, what human being?
Like, you can't even, like, just say she's so out of it, she's insane, where maybe it's like Jeffrey Dahmer was a monster, obviously. I'm not defending what he did, but he's a perfect example to bring up what, like, you could see he was a tortured soul by whatever his sick impulses were. He knew. She doesn't give a fuck, man. You can't feel any, like, okay, she's fucked. Like, yeah, she's fucked up, but it's malicious and cold. It's different. She, even though he was a serial killer and a monster for what he did, there's ways that she's more dangerous. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Being doesn't go to the police and say,
she's calculated, exactly.
This person is a pedophile. What she does, well, it's the new approach. It's the new approach to pedophilia. What does she do? Well, let's jump in the sack. That's what we're going to do.
The State of Arizona versus Jodi Arias, verdict, count 1. We, the jury, duly impaneled and sworn, in the above entitled action, upon our oaths, do find the defendant as to count 1, first-degree murder, guilty.
Goodbye.
5 jurors find premeditated, 0 find felony murder, 7 find both premeditated and felony.
Just a couple of minutes ago, you heard the verdict from the jury. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, the prosecutor, Reggie Fils-Aimé's beautiful smile. Yeah, that prosecutor, man, was a fucking beast. You see him walking in a room, you better, and if you are guilty, he's going to tear you to fucking shreds. This prosecutor's on point and the person deserves, yeah. You blew it and wash your balls. Yes, of course.
You blew it.
Watch your balls, 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 watch your balls.
You're getting Grandpa excited.
Hey. Nah, Ted Bundy was like, go watch interviews. Go even watch him in court when he started getting stern. Ted Bundy with the judge. And the judge goes, don't you point your finger at me, young. Like, when he let his mask slip, man, there was a demon under there, dude.
I think I just went blank. Just, I don't know. I just feel overwhelmed. I think I just need to take it
rot in jail for the rest of your life.
at a time.
Did you avoid eye contact with Travis's family while you were in there, or did you make eye contact, and what are your thoughts on that?
I typically avoided eye contact. Travis comes from a family where they all sort of look a lot alike, so when I see their faces, I see Travis, and I see the man that abused me, and
holy shit.
I don't want to look at that. Well, the worst outcome for me would be natural life. I would much rather die a lot sooner than later. Longevity runs in my family, and I don't want to spend the rest of my natural life in one place.
So you're saying you actually prefer getting the death penalty to...
And we see fucking Rittenhouse being celebrated by... That's another hot button topic that I'm going to avoid.
Being in prison for life.
Yes.
Jodi changed her mind about wanting to die. Again.
Yeah, man, he's going to be okay. You know, I just wanted to put that story out there, you know, and let people understand what's going on. And it's not that like, oh, that was another thing. Oh, why would you've only didn't make videos for a couple days, Rich? Why would you even make this announcement? Why do people think we need a video for like basically saying I was self-aggrandizing? I'm like, no. It may be a couple fucking weeks till things get back to normal. It's not just 2 days. It wasn't that I was, you know, blowing up my own self-importance. That was another banger I saw in the comment section. You know, and the video wasn't clickbait. It was pretty dead on. It was something important that needed to be said.
During her plea to save her life, she was sure to mention all the charitable work she decided to take part in after being charged with first-degree murder.
A few months before trial, and by that I mean jury selection, my hair was past my waist, and I donated it. Additionally, I've designed a t-shirt. This is the t-shirt.
Oh, fuck off.
Of which 100% of the proceeds go to support nonprofit organizations which also assist other victims of domestic violence.
Yeah, I'll give you a fucking star, a gold star, rot in your cell. Oh yeah, Revan, I wasn't saying that to you, dude. I saw people saying that, and I'm like, no, it's not that I'm like fapping to myself and thinking I'm tremendous. It's just, it may be a couple weeks. Who knows, man? It may be a few weeks. It's not that I'm not going to upload content, but it's not going to be like what you're seeing now.
We can never get him back.
Oh, wow. Is that his sister? She looks exactly like him.
We are so grateful for our wonderful brother, and we feel so lucky and blessed for the time we had with Travis, however short-lived. We would give anything to have him back. Anything. Thank you.
The right thing, the difficult.
Yeah, thank you, Revan. It'll be all good. She, you know, like I said, stuff happens, man. Life happens, you know. She donated her hair and it became your... Could you imagine? That would be fucked up. No, DSP, after he was done and could talk about the case, though, he would be fine, but he wouldn't shut the fuck up about it for like 10 years, though.
In this case.
And boy, would he use during his guys. I have jury duty. I can't stream as much. I need your support. So when I am here, I need the support to keep the show going.
Oh, the camera's on.
Because it's never easy. Your duty, the difficult thing to do under these circumstances, the only thing that you can do based on the mitigating circumstances and their lack of, is to return a verdict of death.
The simple question that's before...
Yeah, you know, when you get the death penalty, it's not like it happens overnight. That guy you hate. You're there sometimes for decades, isn't it?
Is do you kill her? That's the question. She has done something very bad. She did. And you have convicted her for that. You have told her that she is guilty of first-degree murder for that. But the question is now, do you kill her?
State of Arizona versus Jodi Arias.
Thank you very much, David. I appreciate that, man.
Sentencing verdict. We, the jury, duly impaneled and sworn in the above entitled action, upon our oaths, unanimously find, having considered all of the facts and circumstances, that the defendant should be sentenced. No unanimous agreement. Signed foreperson. Is this your true verdict, so say you want to know?
Yes. It is ordered
The defendant shall be incarcerated in the Department of Corrections for the rest of her natural life with no possibility of parole.
Jodi Arias is currently housed at
she looks weird
the
there.
Arizona State Prison Complex. She maintains her innocence to this day.
Of course you do. And you throw it, man.
And then, uncomfortable with her handcuff situation, she...
Who is this guy?
Then gets up off the chair, which I don't know if any of the people that I've done yet have done anything like this. She gets off the chair and then sits on the floor.
She might be bad. Yeah, no, yeah, she's definitely fucking bad.
And at one point on the floor, she's like this, and then she like whips her hair way back. And when she did that, I was like, ha! She just is a horrifying, just the way she moves. I think I said that in the other one. So she's sitting there, and then this woman, I don't know, detective or something comes in. It kind of like is like, what are you doing on the floor?
Yeah, I think that's a fairly normal reaction. Yes, let's not play a court cam because I'll instantly get, this stream is now blocked in every country and we get to take all of your ad revenue in Super Chat. They don't care actually take your Super Chat, but I'm sure they fucking want to. How dare you do fair use with commentary over 0.3 of a second of our episode? We get to take all the monies. No, you don't, A&E. You could eat my A and ass. And yes, I will get over the habit to stop pressing it as much as I do. All right. I need to go to bed. And I will see you guys tomorrow with content. Eventually. It'll be up. It may be later than usual because, like I said, again, I'm running the show, me and the birds. So I will be back tomorrow. I do have stories. I'll see you guys soon. And have a great evening.